And we're back. Back to another ELEV8 podcast here with two special guests here from Laredo, Texas. Two football players that train here at the lab, been training here for a while. We'll get into that in a minute. But big shout out to Big Tom with Thorn, letting us know about this pre-workout. Thorn's got a new pre-workout out there. Thank you, Tom, for giving us the insight on that. Also, your Thorn products, we have them here on sale till July 31st. All supplements, all Thorn supplements, 20% off to July 31st. So that's what we got going on here. Thank you, Tom, for all your help, your dedication, and helping us get on the right track. I know you got big plans. You've been traveling, doing some stuff with some MLB guys, and I just want to say thank you for helping us out and putting us there where we need to be, and setting the blueprint for success for the Thorn products like we have had in the past here. We greatly appreciate that. Big shout out to Tom and Thorn products. You can go to ELEV8 Instagram, click on the link, take you right to the products. You can order online or come into the lab and order from there. Again, we have a little fee here. The fee is basically like, subscribe, comment, and share. If we give you any insight, if we give you any type of knowledge, of value, of anything that we talk about tonight we got two special guests, high school football players, Texas high school football players, potential college D1 athletes with us. Very special night because summer's almost over here and they're about to start football. And so we don't see these type of kids that are born and raised here in Laredo because they're a little bit bigger than normal. So it's a very interesting story. We've had them both on. We have them both on because they both, they're friends and they hang out off the field. And so we decided to go ahead and do it while we have them both here in town. One usually travels to San Antonio, the other one's always traveling to Kansas. So we're going to make sure that we get them on, and we'll start off the football season with these two guys. Now, again, like, subscribe, share, and we'll get this thing going. Danny, tell us. So real quick, Danny. So tell us, how was that trip to the Big Apple, man?
You know, it actually wasn't that good.
What?
Yeah,
New York?
I think it's a little overhyped.
Yeah?
Is it dirty?
I think maybe I'm just more of like an outside person. I don't like, too too much city. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I like
It's a little
water,
too much, huh?
dirt,
Too
sand,
much,
trees.
Too much
It was
black.
nice. It was nice,
Oh.
but like I was expecting something crazy.
Too many people wearing black, right?
I did wear
Did you
black.
see any
Yeah.
rats?
I wore on. Actually, I didn't see any rats. No rats.
surprising.
No rats? You didn't see Carlito's dog?
I did see one lady in Times Square. I sent the video to Beto.
She was wearing a rat?
No, she has like tape on her knees, like duct tape, gray duct tape. She was wearing like potato bags, makeup, like makes
Did
up,
it stink?
like lipstick all over her face, not makeup, like just lipstick stripes.
What, was she a clown?
Nah, she was singing. She had like a homemade guitar, and
Sweet.
Swear
Did
me
you give her a
shoes
dollar?
were
in
made
between
of-
everybody, she's going, ah.
Did you give her a dollar?
Bro, no,
That's actually
no.
I went to New York during spring break, and I actually really liked it there.
Yeah, maybe.
We were there for like a day because we were flying
What?
from New York to Paris.
Oh, yeah.
So we stayed the night in New York before we flew out to Paris the next day. And when we're coming back, we spent actually a full day in Paris. In New York.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time we were there, the first hotel we had was like right near Times Square.
Mm-hmm.
See all like the billboard lights and everything.
Yeah.
I thought it was really pretty, really.
I think that's the
cool.
marquee.
That's
That was really nice. But yeah,
Well, that's also, it was cold
Yeah,
there,
it was
too,
cold.
right? It was cold?
Yeah,
The
like
weather was
spring
cold?
break. It was
How
like
was it? Was it
jacket.
hot as hell over there?
Same here.
Oh, really?
Like the sun burns just as much.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense or not. Like
Yeah.
do you feel it like you
Yeah.
feel it on your
Yeah,
skin?
yeah. It
Do you
is
sweat?
different over there.
Yeah. What?
Like,
Yeah.
'Cause I know there's some
No, I'm a
places
lizard, bro. I'm a robot. Let's get us going, though. Let's get us going.
yeah, let's get this thing going.
I'm gonna introduce these guys first. On the left, right here, we have big old 16-year-old, 17 years old.
16.
Damn, 16-year-old Jorge Serna, little George, we call him here. And then I hope I pronounce this right. Will Omenski.
Oh,
Terrible.
it's Will Omenski.
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 But there's a Omenski right there.
Omenski.
Omenski?
You spelled the name wrong.
Will Omenski.
Oh,
bro, I looked on your
spelled the
Instagram,
name
bro.
wrong.
I looked
That's
on your
not how it
Instagram.
says.
Okay.
Omen.
All right.
Omenski.
I didn't do it. It was Beto. Beton, the producer. Will
Oh,
Omenski.
yeah, so we have a new guy behind the what's his name? Jamie? What'd you call him?
Yeah, Joe Rogan's Jamie.
Jamie.
This is our Jamie. Beton.
Yeah, our Jamie.
Beton. Look that up. Beton.
It's
Beton.
bet on, what's it, 297 or what is it?
What?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Some Cash App thing.
Hey, he was pulling some weight today, though.
Yeah. It's about
Big old
time.
Beto.
He looking
looks
like
like a
Squattober,
maniac.
getting ready for Squattober. You
He
see
was
his shirt?
keeping up with me
His
on
shirt's
deck.
getting ready. Yeah, he's about ready. So, all right. So, excuse me. We'll get this going. So we've got Will Omenski and we have Jorge Serna, both from, well, Will is from Wichita, Kansas, and George is from Laredo, Texas. Excuse me. And so we'll start with Will. We'll ask Will this. Will, how was your childhood in Wichita? And like what elementary did you go to? And up to what grade did you go to before your family moved down to Laredo?
So I was born. I moved around Kansas a lot, actually.
Okay.
I lived in 3 different towns when I lived in Kansas.
Okay.
I was born in Wichita,
Okay.
and then I moved to Garden City around kindergarten, 1st grade.
Okay.
And then after, I think I was going in 2nd grade, I moved to where I stayed for the rest until probably 6th grade, Great Bend, Kansas. But I remember majority of my time in, Wichita when I was growing up,
Right.
and then Great Bend. Garden City was just about a 2-year thing.
Okay.
But growing up in Wichita was really great because all my family lived there.
Right.
My uncles, all my aunts were all there. And then my dad was actually still in school at the time, medical school. And so we'd spend, a good amount of time with our grandparents.
Okay.
And I think that's actually where my love of football started.
Right.
With my grandpa Mike.
Right.
He, being around, he's a huge Packers fan. He's from Wisconsin.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. Huge Packers fan, everything. And so it's like, kind of rubbed up on me. I'm a
Right.
huge Packers fan now.
Now a Jets fan, huh?
Oh,
okay.
no. Still Packers fan.
Okay.
I'm going to apologize. Still love Packers. Yeah. So lived there. We went to all throughout my elementary school, I went to a private school.
Okay.
So in Kansas, I went to pre-K at a school called Magdalene.
Okay.
So I went there. And then when we moved to Garden City, I went to a school called St. Dominic.
Okay.
And I don't really remember a lot about Garden City. And then the 3rd town in Great Bend, excuse me, I went to a school called Holy Family School.
Okay.
Which was a private school, how usually is just, it was actually it's different here because in 6th grade you go to middle school here. 6th grade
Right.
is middle school. There it was pre-K through 6th grade at the private school.
Okay.
And middle school didn't start till you were in 7th grade.
Gotcha.
So it's a little difference, but you'll see later there's a whole lot of difference between Texas and Kansas. But yeah, I really liked it there in Great Bend. The sports were actually, like how it is here, like the minors or whatever the teams are called. But there was just one Pee Wee team called the Great Bend Panthers. That's what all their teams are. But it was real fun though.
What's a Pee Wee team, bro?
A Pee Wee team, like like a Pop Warner.
Okay.
Like, like you're in 3rd through 6th grade.
Okay.
So were you always a head taller than everybody else, kind of like Oscar?
Actually,
I think a torso
I don't
taller.
remember.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually was. Like, I remember I was usually a bigger, kid.
Yeah.
Like, I was taller, but, there were other taller kids. 'Cause, in Laredo, it's noticeable
Right.
when you're,
Yeah.
big white guy. But in Kansas, there's more common big white guys than you think.
Oh, no, I would imagine, yeah. I played a little ball over there in Kansas, in the good old Wizard of Oz land. What's that, Liberal, Kansas? Yeah, I
Liberal,
played all
Kansas.
over Kansas. Wichita. What I was telling you, Fort Hays.
Fort Hays.
Fort Bend. No, not Fort Bend. Down south, Pittsburgh. Where else? Anyways, I played ball all over Kansas, and so yeah, I really liked Kansas. A lot of fun. So your dad, did he go to med school at Friends University? Was there med school at Friends, or he is an alumni from Friends, right?
I believe so. He's from Friends. I know my mom went to Wichita State. That's where she got her
the
degree
Shocker.
from. The Shockers, big
Yeah.
Shockers. I would have brought my shirt if I thought of it, but
Yes.
yeah, no. Shockers, big Shocker fans coming from Wichita.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, they actually had a couple good NCAA finals runs. Not finals, but they made it like Sweet 16 a couple years in Kansas, I remember.
So actually, first place I ever went to, one of the places they used to have they used to have quarter pitcher beer, and so after ball games and stuff, we go play pool.
Yeah.
And they had quarter pitchers, like a quarter, and so you go play pool for $1. We're poor.
What you got in there, Bud Light?
Nah, bro, this guy. It was actually
White Claw?
It was Natty Light.
Natty.
Light. No,
bro.
so your mom probably remembers this. Not this. Well, it's like an Applebee's actually. It was actually like a sports bar turned into a nightclub at night. So Xavier McDaniel played basketball there. He was a pro for Seattle SuperSonics, but he was there at he played at Wichita State, so he was home for the summer for whatever reason. And we ended up going to pick up on those quarter pitchers, right?
Yeah.
So we're in there. That's the first time I ever been to a nightclub where there was a shootout. He was with a couple girls that night. His girlfriend showed up with her friends, and they all were carrying. Talk about shootout. I mean, I never ran so fast out of a nightclub in my life. But anyways, street lights. And we called it street fights because every time we went there was a fight. You can imagine a quarter pitcher beer. So I wonder if your mom ever attended street lights. It was right across the street from so what I can recall back in the Roaring 20s, it was across the street from the baseball field. So it was Wichita State Stadium, and then right behind it, it was there. I played with several guys from Wichita State, PJ Forbes, Eric Wedge, Tommy Tilma, to name a few. Played with those guys. I loved my time in Kansas. It's really fun in the summer. Yeah. It was a lot of fun because we used to go. Do you remember? Did you ever get the chance to go to Godfather's Pizza?
Oh yeah, dude. Okay. Godfather's. Come on, that's a staple.
Look that up.
It's a Kansas staple, and the Loves.
Godfather's Pizza.
And the Loves
Wichita.
gas station.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wichita's got a lot of actually, not famous.
Yeah, it is famous.
Getting
Loves.
more famous.
Yeah.
Chains. Pizza Hut started in Wichita.
Yeah.
Freddy's. We're actually getting Freddy's here. That's been growing. Started in Wichita, Kansas as well.
Wow, that's crazy. So there's a connection there because we did train an athlete that ended up going to go play football there, which I know is now with your school. So,
Coach V.
Definitely there's a connection there all the way around. So I know that. The only thing that freaked me out about Kansas. So like we had guest homes.
Yeah.
So like. They gave me a whole lecture on like when you hear the sirens, tornadoes, you go into the basement, all this. And I was living in the basement, so I'm like, okay, I'm cool. So in the middle of the night, a freaking tornado comes by, I'm cool. I'm in the basement already, so I was cool. Yeah, so Kansas really fun. Had a great time there. Salina, Wichita, Hutch. Hey, okay, we'll get into the college football of Kansas in a minute.
Real competitive.
Okay, so Little George. Tell us about your upbringing. How did you start up? What schools did you go to? I don't want to hear no story about you were this all-world goalie and all this. But
I was already thinking about it.
Tell us. So what elementary and middle schools did you go to?
Okay, so I always grew up here.
Okay. In Laredo?
Yes.
Okay.
Elementary. Actually, kindergarten, I went to Lollipop.
What is that?
Lollipop. This is a little kindergarten right here. Behind Lollipop. Lollipop.
I understand why his brain works the way it does.
I was hungry.
By Popeyes. Okay.
Yeah, by Popeyes.
Okay.
Behind there. And then I went to Colonel Santos Elementary School. I played soccer. All my beginnings years. It's honestly still on the table.
All right, so for those of you viewers that are watching and watching, George is not like your smallest human.
Okay.
So like it's like a 3X short with like a 2X shirt and like 200. Okay. So all last year he was I'm 285. He comes back, he gets measured, he does his physical. He's like, oh my God, I'm 305. Okay. It's like, really, dude? You told us 285 all summer last year.
That's such a lie. That's such a lie. I was 290. I would say 285 and I came out 295. Okay, not 305.
Okay.
That's 10.
So then you went to Lollipop and then where did you go? To Colonel Santos?
Colonel Santos,
and
then, I went to San Agustin, 6th and 7th grade.
The Knights? You were a knight?
Yeah, I was a knight.
For 2 years?
Yeah, with 2 years because my middle sister went there.
Okay.
And she stayed there from middle school all the way to high school, but
Okay.
I didn't like that.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like
What
it.
didn't you like about it?
It was just like, I don't know. It was just like, there was no sports. Like, the soccer team, like, there was only 5, 6, 7 of us.
Really?
So there wasn't even. There wasn't even.
So how
So
did
that's why you made it, bro.
it was, bro. Okay,
Bro.
That's why you made the
I was in the Sunday league. I was in the Sunday league my whole life.
okay.
Liberty, and then they transferred to Chivas. Anyways, that's my soccer days. But I didn't like it because there was no sports, and so 7th grade, COVID comes around, and my dad is, why am I gonna pay all this money for private school?
Sure.
Just put you in a
Public.
And I've always wanted to go to. I never wanted to go to San Agustin. They forced me there. They forced me.
Bro.
I was pissed.
Bro, your parents are gonna watch
Bro.
this, bro.
I was fucking pissed.
285 pounds. Nobody's forcing you to do anything.
Hey, dude, I was 240 in 6th grade, son. 240.
Yeah, 240, bro. Okay, so your parents made you go.
Yeah, dude,
Okay.
I was pissed, dude. I put a hole in my wall. I was fucking angry.
Just by walking through it or what?
Man, I don't want to go to fucking San Agustin. And then, so yeah, I went to. That's actually where I found Will, 8th grade.
At St. Aug?
No.
Oh.
I went to United.
UMS?
UMS, yeah.
Okay.
And then I always wanted to play football.
Okay.
So that was my intentions because I thought COVID was gonna end, but it didn't.
Right.
And I went to how long was the conditioning?
It was like 2 weeks. 2 weeks at the end of the 7th grade year.
8th
Uh-huh.
grade. 8th grade.
Oh, 8th grade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause that's when I went.
Oh, yeah. I guess 2 weeks at the end of the 8th grade, or like middle of the 8th grade year. They had us, just do conditioning,
Right.
like a lift.
Yeah.
Was that with Coach Perales?
Yeah, Coach Prowse, Coach Gonzalez, and
That's Coach Goggins of Laredo.
Yeah, and Coach Garza. Those.
I don't even remember none of those coaches, if I'm being honest.
Right?
I only had them for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's where I met
That's
Will though.
Yeah, that's where.
Excuse me. So then you went to the conditioning,
For 2
and then
weeks.
COVID. Boom. That was it.
No. That was after
Yeah, it was.
It was after COVID.
Okay.
It was like when things were starting to let up. It was before we really even knew what was going to happen with
Okay.
the football season
I
with
got
the
you.
8th grade. It was like we could have a season, we could not, but let's just get in and start getting ready
In
like
case.
we would have a season.
Okay.
But we never got to put on a helmet or anything, so it was real limited stuff.
Okay.
If I remember right.
I actually never played football until freshman year in high school.
Wow.
But remember, I came in to lift when I was in 7th grade. When I was still in San Agustin, when I came when I first came to ELEV8, I was like 11, 12?
Dude, I don't know. You were 12 years old, maybe?
Yeah, 12. I was
maybe
12.
Maybe 11 and a half. Maybe you just had. When's your birthday?
May.
So yeah. So you were
I had
about,
just turned 12. I
was about to say you were about to turn 12 or something.
Yeah. I had just
so
turned
then,
12.
So then little George decided to be smart and cute, and he decides that, hey, well, I had him on a different workout program because he was he had a few lbs on him from sitting around the house.
Yeah.
So we had him on a totally different program. So once he started hitting the weights, funny story, he decides that he's gonna videotape himself doing some like heavy deadlift, trap bar heavy deadlift, and he decides, well, I'll just put it on my page. No hurt, no harm, no foul, right? Nobody saw me do the video. Next thing I know, I'm getting a phone call from his mom saying, what kind of weight is he lifting? Because all his family saw. So George has how did you break your ankle? What were you doing?
My
Skiing?
ankle?
Can't believe
No, I broke my
Skating?
leg. I didn't break my
Leg.
ankle. I broke my leg in altitude, 6th grade.
Oh, my God.
Hey, I broke my thumb there, bro.
Dude, I was trying to impress some girls, if I'm being honest.
I was playing
trying to do a front
dodgeball.
flip.
Oh my!
Dude, I landed
God,
wrong.
bro.
So
Bro.
I was okay talking
Oh.
about that. So how do we explain what happened at Kangaroo the other day?
Oh no.
Okay, that's a different story.
Okay, so we'll
that's-
okay.
I
let's
just have
stay-
bad experiences
Let's stay
everywhere.
Okay, so let's stay on
Oh,
the
the Spain
on our
part.
outline here. So you guys meet in 8th grade, right?
Yeah.
8th grade, right?
I formally became friends probably.
That's where our
We've
love
seen
sparked.
We've seen each other. We both started coming to Elevate around the same time. I remember right. Like I'll see George in here.
Yeah.
How did your mom find out about ELEV8? I remember Lindsay spoke to her.
I don't know to this day because back in Kansas, there was a place like a training facility like ELEV8 called Willpower. It was ran by this. It was ran by this big guy named Will. Like giant, dude. This guy was giant, like some
Jacked or fat?
And then he gets Freddy's is ran by a guy named Freddy.
No, dude.
Was he tall?
Come on.
Founder, dude. No, but he was real tall, like probably
Yeah.
6'4", 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
Giant beard, bald.
Was he
jacked.
from the mountains or what?
Dude, I got no idea where that guy was from.
Fucking Viking.
But yeah, that guy was crazy. But when we came down here, my mom was like,
You're gonna go work
"You're
out.
fat. You don't want to. We don't want you to be fat. So we're going to go find you to do a workout." And I think ELEV8 was probably the only place, there was. So I think that's how she found it. And then I started going. It's like progressed to now.
To now. Okay. So so you ended up going from UMS. You also went to Alexander High
I
School.
also went to Alexander High School.
So freshman year, how did that go football wise?
Freshman year, actually, so the summer going to freshman year,
Right.
it was real fun actually for me because we didn't have that 8th grade season.
Right.
So, I mean, and I wanted to play football.
Right.
I was fiending for football.
Right.
And then so instead of playing, I would just watch everything football related I could. I'd watch every single
Cowboys
Sunday
game?
No, not Cowboys. Come on now. I watch every single NFL game. I'll watch college games. I'll watch YouTube videos about football. Everything. So going into freshman year, I feel like I knew a lot, and it just all kind of just clicked for me. Doing the workouts like freshman year, and then I mean, not to my own heart, but I feel like I was doing pretty good back then.
Your freshman year?
Freshman year, and then George actually played O-line with us.
For 2 weeks?
Freshman year, in 2 weeks he played center.
What?
And me and him, we were kind of tearing it up for a bit.
Really?
Freshman.
Were you all being coached by Connor? So for the viewers, Connor is Will's little brother. Well, one of his little brothers. But Connor's like brainiac, offensive, defensive, special teams, office manager, office VIP,
Does it all.
CEO,
CEO.
brainiac of the entire organization. So was he coaching you guys?
No, it was actually Coach Garcia. Christian Garcia was his name.
Okay.
And he actually just recently moved to Eagle Pass. But, about him, he was probably best coach I could ask for in those years.
Really?
Yeah, it was. He played D2 at A&M Kingsville.
Yeah, very
and
good
he
school. Yeah.
went to Eagle Pass.
Yeah.
He played in Eagle Pass. He was real good.
Yeah, Eagle Pass has a funny way of developing players. Not baseball; they've had the same coach 20+ years. They just develop players. It's a very good. They have a good foundation there.
Yeah.
A lot of developmental goes on there. Their baseball team comes out with baseball players every single year.
Yeah.
I mean they're always the team to beat. But yeah, go ahead.
The cool thing about Coach was he actually didn't play varsity till his, I think, junior year.
Okay.
He didn't start varsity till his junior year. And I guess from there, it was just the rest is history for him. But he was a real good coach. Like, I just understood, like,
Right.
most everything of what he was saying. And
Right.
it was real helpful in those years. And
I
then
gotcha.
also, like, getting into season more, we also had our freshman coach because we're all on freshman team.
Okay.
They kept all the freshman group together. But our freshman coach, his name was Coach Pena.
Uh-huh.
He's at United now, but he was also a great coach. He was really good at making you like want to win, like
Right.
making you feel like it's not, it's just a freshman game.
Right.
It doesn't matter. He like made you want to win, for your team, for him,
Right.
for all that stuff. At least on the offense side, that's how we all felt. I don't know about defense, but he mainly worked with offense. But he was a great, mentor to me, great friend. Even now, I still text him most of the time.
Really?
Just about anything. It was just a real great coach to me.
So funny thing is, Connor doesn't go to Alexander. Connor goes to United. So is Connor being coached by him?
Yeah, Connor was coached by him his freshman year in that
Okay.
freshman team. And so I thought it was cool that he got to experience
Okay, cool.
The same
That's
coaching
really
I
cool.
did, which I think really helped me a lot. I think really
So
helped
you
him.
had two coaches at Alexander that really kind of really helped you out in the crucial times.
Yeah.
For the game of football.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. George, is there any coaches that you kind of had an impact on you? Like, you're like, oh man, like this is what I want to do.
Sure.
Or did you just know, like, whatever they told you, you just went out there and did?
You want me to talk about like how like the summer coming into my freshman year?
Yeah, you can.
So like that first summer, well, I had already been working out like crazy, you get me? But like that summer, like I was really obsessed. You know, I was working out like 4 to 6 hours a day. I was running in the morning, going to the Alexander camp, and then resting the afternoon, then going to lift in the afternoon.
Right.
From there, I'd go kickbox. Remember with Elvis?
Oh, that's right, with Elvis.
Yeah, so it was all day. I was just training, and honestly, like I feel like I really saw.
You never ran from Elvis, did you? Just keep on going. Yeah, okay.
That guy is gonna be in that. Like, he's gonna be a pro. Anyways, so yeah, like I feel like all that hard work really paid off because I was really above everyone, and the one coach that really helped me out was Coach Bo. I just love that guy to death, but I only got to experience it in my freshman year. Because right now he's at Justin, and I'm gonna go against him my first.
Okay, so you're gonna reunite with him this year.
Yeah.
Y'all play Judson this year? Well,
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute. In a minute. So Coach Bo, Coach Garcia, and
Coach
Peña?
Garcia and Coach Peña, yes.
Yeah, okay. One's at Eagle Pass, one's at United. That's really cool because I do remember, looking back. How about you, Danny? You remember some of the coaches that helped you out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
I'm
remember?
gonna say Coach Garcia and Coach Pollo.
Yeah. So there's always those crucial coaches that really help with development, or like you're questioning the game and you're like, do I even want to continue this? And then they say something clicks in your head, and then you're like, okay, I'm in the right place. I'm in the right place. I just got to keep working, And that's one of the things I always say to you guys. Obviously, you guys do the mind mobility class at night and stuff. You understand that you got to be obsessed with the process, and it's not always easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. So that's, failure is part of the process. If you're not failing, you're not doing something right. So you're going to fail. We know you've had, we text all the time when you're at home in San Antonio. And, we've talked too. But, you hurt your chest. You got hurt there. Then your back's off. Then your knee hurts. So we have to learn how to work around all that. And obviously, you guys' season starts, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
I mean, the pads come on in about 2 weeks or so, and it's all in. But
It's all part of the process.
Yeah, it's a part of the process.
Injuries and stuff.
And to the viewer, like, they're high school football players. They may not look it, but they're only in high school. Will, how old are you?
16.
Yeah, two 16-year-old kids, 163,
Fucking
two
crazy,
what?
bro.
65.
275.
275. And then we got a 6'1" guy here at 281, supposedly.
As of this morning.
Allegedly.
As of this morning, he was 281.
0.8.
0.8, sorry. 281.8.
Get it right. 30 pounds down.
Yeah, we got 30 pounds down. We've done some work this summer. You've been here for about 8 weeks. So you've done some work. You got
7.
You're going to be leaving here in the next couple of days, actually.
A couple of days, on Thursday. So
let's talk about. So then we go to the sophomore year.
Yeah, sophomore year.
Okay, so sophomore year. So where did you end up at?
Well, sophomore year, it was we got a new head coach that year.
Okay.
And new coaching staff.
Cool.
Coach Edwin Garcia.
Okay.
He was longtime coach at South over there. He was also a
Okay.
longtime coach at Alexander before. At that point, it became like an O-line paradise for me almost, because Coach Garcia also had a great background in offensive line.
Okay.
And, he coached many, many, many great players from Alexander and South. He coached Coach V, the one, that's our only coach now.
Right.
And so I had him in combination with the other Coach Garcia, the O-line.
Yeah.
Just crazy, like how much knowledge was there for that year. And I ended up starting that year at left tackle, and it was a real great time. I got to go against a bunch of dudes. I was going against great players week to week in the first couple weeks.
Yeah. Did you guys go up against that guy from San Marcos?
Yeah, San Marcos, Harvard commit. That was week, I think, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then week 2, I played a guy that ended up going to play at UTSA.
Okay.
So that's two D1 guys in the first 5 weeks.
Well, you're in that money slot. You're in that money slot on that left side.
Real stressful, real hard. thinking I'm 15 years old, going against these guys are 18 years old.
Right.
You know, probably double the experience as me, but still, I was able to hold my own pretty decently, I feel.
Okay.
Do you think that like, let's say when you were facing, you said Harvard commit?
Yeah, Harvard commit.
Okay, so did you know he was a Harvard commit prior to you getting on the field?
Yeah, I did know.
So how does that affect your mind?
I mean, it affected me a lot before the season, before the game started. I think me and George found out together that he was going to be a, Harvard committed, real good athlete.
Mm-hmm.
But, I kind of just put it in the back of my mind. Like, I was worried for like a week when I figured it out. I just kind of put it in the back of my mind. And the week of the game comes, you watch the film. You just prepare like any other week. Like, one of my coaches put it best. They're human. They put their pants on one leg at a time each morning. Mm-hmm. They're no different than you are on a, material level. Like, they're human just like you. Mm-hmm. So that, helps figure out, like, all right, this guy isn't, a superhero. He's not doing anything that's not abnormal to, like, humans to do. So that, helped, calm me down a little bit and, do what I needed to do that game.
Cool. So that was your sophomore year, right?
Yes.
That was your sophomore year, George. How was that sophomore year go out for you?
My sophomore year, it was honestly really tough because, dude, that whole summer I was just training every day.
Right.
Missed family vacations, just really dedicated and
Yeah, didn't you miss like an Alaska trip or something?
Yeah,
Alaska
my
and
family
Mexico
went to-
trip and
Alaska. They went to Mexico.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
Vegas
missed
too.
three. Yeah, you missed 3 trips that summer. I remember.
And
I remember.
But I mean, I was dedicated. I was obsessed.
Right.
That's just what you got to do. And unfortunately, I didn't get my shot. They didn't start me.
Okay.
And I feel like I was better than the guy in front of me. But
Okay.
the coach didn't obviously. And
Okay.
I did get a lot of playing time. Like, I was in the rotation, but I feel like at my level, I should have gotten way more than I did.
Right.
But I mean, I'm not gonna make excuses for myself. I just
Right.
didn't start. Period.
Right. Okay. Okay. But I
and-
did see you run down that one dude for like 25 yards, 30 yards. What was that dude? Who was that guy from what school? Del Rio?
Del Rio, yeah.
Del Rio. I did see you run down that dude.
Some
You ran
black
out
running back.
all the way across to the other side of the field, and you dove at that dude's legs.
Yeah.
And I mean, you caught up to him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say my sophomore year was completely terrible because I did have
I saw some good.
I had some good tape.
Yeah.
I got some good tape for the colleges, but I honestly feel like I could have done way better. But
Okay.
obviously it wasn't there. But yeah, we went against Del Rio, black quarterback, black running back, and I was on the opposite side of the field, caught up to him.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the tackle right.
Right.
But
But I saw a dive.
Yeah,
you
the
dove
f-
at his legs.
yeah, the fact
You
that I
might have
was
needed
there.
freaking oxygen after that, but you were there.
Yeah.
Did you get oxygen after that?
Oh, take me out, coach.
Okay, so that takes us up to your sophomore year.
Yeah.
So would you say that was your adversity year so far? Because I know
Yeah.
this past spring there was a couple changes that happened. We won't talk about that just yet. A couple changes happened, but you ended up getting hurt, like your chest. You tore your pec. Let me rephrase that. You didn't tear you strained your pec. Then
It was a hard
you had
strain, though.
you had a little knee issue there going, but nothing torn, none of that. None of that craziness. It was just a little tender, the knee.
Yeah.
I think it's growth pains. You're getting bigger.
I think it's just little
Somehow.
setbacks in the trainings. I feel like when I got hurt those both times, I was just way too big and strong for my ligaments to hold up because I was 310,
Right.
squatting 600, benching 400,
Right.
and the muscles. I mean, ligaments at the end of the day, they're not muscles. You get me? Like the ligaments, I have the same ligaments as if I was 100 pounds. So
Bro, you were 100 pounds coming out of your mom.
yeah. I mean,
I need to see that
Needless to
birth
say, like-
certificate, bro. I want to know.
16 years old.
needless to say, like ligaments are ligaments. You get
Right.
me? Like there's no way to like work around them, and
Right.
I just got little setbacks, but that just meant like I had to adapt. Train change my styles of training. Lean out. I definitely got a lot quicker, and yeah, as of my sophomore season, was it a success? Yes, there was a lot of improvements. There was a lot of setbacks, and I definitely grew a lot since my sophomore year.
Right.
But
So that would you say that would be your adversity year?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It was a lot of setbacks, a lot of
A lot of changes, a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Will, what would you say up to now? Up to this
now?
past summer, would be adversity?
I feel like we haven't said we're class of 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Class of 25.
Class of
So you guys are
25.
only sophomores.
We're
Gonna
going
be
into our
juniors.
junior years.
You guys are going to be juniors this year.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
adversity.
275 and 285. 281.8. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, adversity I faced going into sophomore year. Actually, we can go back to freshman year during my spring ball year. You know, I was at that point, there was nobody in front of me.
Right.
Like the guy that was left tackle my freshman year, he was a senior, so he was graduated. And then, so I was supposed to have a real important spring ball coming up.
Correct.
And it was probably the first practice of spring ball, like just not even like real spring ball yet, just getting back and just doing simple drills. I get my finger caught on a guy's shirt and it breaks my hand right here, and I was out for all of spring ball.
Wow.
And during that time also there was another left tackle that came in and took my spot.
Okay.
You could say.
All right.
And he's a real good player though. Shout out Jose.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Is he the one that
was
transferred
real.
back and forth?
Yeah, he went back to United now.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Gave
Yeah.
me a little bit of breathing room. But but yeah, that was real big for me at the time.
Right.
I couldn't do any upper body stuff. So
Right.
I was in here almost
Right.
every day just working legs.
Legs.
Which I think actually really did help me,
Right.
in the long run with my, I've always had a not great lower body. But,
Right.
And then, going into sophomore year I play. And during the last game, I tear my meniscus against United. And so I have to miss our playoff game.
Right.
I had surgery in December,
Right.
before Christmas break. And I was,
You were down and
I
out
was
for how long?
down and out for about 3 months.
Okay.
Just, real simple stuff. But I'm really lucky to have a great, training group, like athletic trainers. Coach Sal really helped me build back up to what I needed to be, and eventually got me back on the field for spring ball this year, which was
Okay.
great.
And then shout out to Doc.
Yeah, shout out to Doc for getting me
The knee braces? You got
so I can stay protected throughout.
You got the big
big time.
The big time knee braces, right?
Yes.
Yeah, those are nice.
Titanium.
I heard they're really nice.
Real nice.
Yeah. So, you both have faced adversity. You guys are super young. So, we talked about some of the changes that happened to you. So, you ended up moving to San Antonio.
Yes.
So, you're at San Antonio, Brandeis now.
Brandeis, yeah.
Okay. And you went to spring ball. What happened there?
So spring ball rolls around. I'm at my strongest.
Mm-hmm.
I was 310. Obviously lifting 600, squatting.
Mm-hmm.
Benching 400. And second day rolls around.
Mm-hmm.
I trip. I go to catch myself. My knee locks out. Boom.
That's
Pain. Just fuck. And I lost a whole week of. We only had 3-4 weeks of spring ball, and I lost a whole week. And so that was on a Tuesday. So first day was Monday. Second day I get hurt. So I miss all that week. Monday, I told Doc I'm ready. So, they take me up and I'm on the field. I was in full contact, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, I was out there, and the knee pain really started really after that.
Mm-hmm.
When I started going to my football camps, this summer. It was just like, it was a lot of running, all that. It was just a lot of, wear and tear on my ligament, on my patella tendon. And, I already went to the doctor, and, I'm better now.
Okay.
A little bit better.
Yeah.
Still pain.
That's actually a thing I could probably mention. Once you, and it's actually like real, I had this realization like a couple months back, but once you hurt your knee,
Right.
I don't think it ever feels the same again. Like
Yeah.
you'll always feel not
Worried.
uncertain, but like, you'll know that
Right.
it's been hurt before. Like I'd be doing, the elevate in the mornings
Right.
and at school, and man, my knee would just feel like a piece of string. And it's like, but
Yeah.
it's not like it's going to get hurt, but it's
Right.
just, you just feel that's not as good as your other knee, which is a real scary thing at sometimes.
I feel like there's always that doubt in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
It's just like always there. Like,
Right.
you're always kind of doubting yourself in a way, because it's just like you just know, like my knee isn't 100%. You get me? So it's
Well,
like
I
a
mean,
mental block. in a
Okay,
way.
so I've always said football is not a contact sport. Football is a collision sport. Okay, so you're colliding every single play. So
mostly in the trenches too.
Yeah, on the
yeah,
line.
well, you
there-
guys are
it's
right,
never
right
a-
in it, right?
There's never like a break off. It's just every
Every
play is
play.
just boom,
Right,
head,
To
head,
head.
head.
Yeah.
Like there's no breaks when it comes to the trenches.
right. So you guys. So I know some of you guys. Well, I know both of you guys have this summer have worked really hard all summer. Sometimes one workout a day, sometimes 2 workouts a day. And I know you guys have done 3 workouts a day because George sends me the videos of you guys doing drills on the field and
Yes,
stuff like
yes.
that. There's a funny story about Alexander, but we won't get into that story. But anyways, you guys doing drills on football fields and stuff like that.
At 2 in the afternoon,
Yeah,
where
2
it's
in the afternoon when it's
115, 120.
it's a spring day in Laredo, Texas of 122 degrees. Heat index probably 130. Yeah. So you guys are doing that in the middle of the afternoon. Going into this coming season, how do y'all feel?
I feel probably the most
Prepared?
prepared and confident I think I've ever felt. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I've added how many pounds? I was 250 last year during season. I'm now 270. So 25 pounds I've added.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like my speed and explosion hasn't suffered that much because of it. And I feel like I put on good weight, good
Right.
muscle, you know,
Right.
and like I'll just, I realized the competition I went against last year, and it's
Right.
like, all right, now it's my turn to be to what the guys were to me my freshman year,
Right.
to be that to the next, people. I'm not going against people 2 years older than me anymore. Now
Right.
they're just 1 year,
Right.
and I'm not going against people that much bigger than me anymore, or bigger at all. I'll be the big guy out there,
Right.
and it's also helped. I've been getting a lot of working with this guy. Go out to the fields, work on some one-on-one pass rush reps,
Right.
really helping me get staying on him and holding my own against a bigger person, because I feel like I struggle with that, like a heavy guy. Like
Well, I heard something
George.
about Texas Roadhouse on Sundays, 24
Oh, man.
ounces. I don't know. Is that true? Is there a true
12
story, or
ounces. 12
is it Chipotle one serving? Is that what I
Oh,
mean?
no, Chipotle.
Is it the real story, Roadhouse? Is
It
that
was-
true?
It
You want
was
to talk about Roadhouse, George?
Oh,
no,
no,
remember
that
no,
anime incident?
No, it was.
Come on
on,
about
man.
that.
It was 12 ounce steaks.
Oh, 12 ouncers.
I wanted to
Uh-huh.
get the 20, but George was like, "No, let's just get 12. I don't want to. I
Why he
don't want
wanted
to
to
eat
watch
like
his
that."
waist or what?
This guy's been watching his waist for the past like 4 years.
This guy.
Ever since I know this guy's been watching his
To the
waist.
waist. Hey, but that's good. That's good. So, okay, so you guys have had I know because I see you guys every day over the summer. I know you guys have worked extremely hard all summer. Like I said, 3 a days, 2 a days, 1 a days. You guys are working on Saturdays. You guys are working on Sundays. You guys are eating together.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your experiences of all the colleges that you've gone to for these camps.
As of this summer, I already made sure I had not a program, but like I knew I had a plan coming into the summer. So my plan was the first 3-4 weeks of June is just all camps. You know what I mean? Just focus on camps, focus football, and then after that it's just pure trainings, so that I'm not having to pause my trainings. Oh, I have to not lift today because I have this camp coming up.
Right.
So it's just that whole 3-week period. It was just like I would lift when I can,
Right.
but I was just always focused on football, and then as of right now it's just trainings, and then we'll go. Me and Will and I will go in the afternoons to go do some football just to keep
Some
that
skill work.
Yeah, some skill work, and right now I just feeling compared to how I was last year, I just feel in the best shape of my life as of
Right.
condition wise
Right.
and strength wise as
Right.
well. Obviously, my strength didn't increase as much as I probably would have if I would have stayed at 310.
Right.
But it's just the football in Laredo and in San Antonio is just completely different. It's just
Right.
completely different style. So I already had to adapt to that.
Okay.
So obviously I feel way faster, way quicker, and also stronger. So I just feel so prepared.
Right.
You get me? And I'm just excited, to get on the field
Right.
and to be dominant.
Before Will comments, I just want to know what schools you went to.
Okay. So my first school was UT, University of Texas.
Right.
And then my second school was Texas State. And then it was University of Incarnate Word. Then it was Texas A&M. And then Stephen F. Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And I have UTSA coming up this Friday, July 28th. And that would be my last camp of this summer.
Are those one-day things?
Yes, except for University of A&M. That one was a 3-day camp. It was just you get there, you got there the first day, you train, you eat dinner, and then you go to sleep. Then the next day you have 2 trainings in the morning and then in the afternoon. And then the last day is just 1 training in the morning and then back home.
So there's a funny story about it. So they let you stay there?
Yes, they did.
Your mom let you stay in
Yeah,
A&M? Oh, wow. Okay, crazy
She
story.
actually wanted it, surprisingly. She told me to look for a camp
Camp
where
that you're going to stay overnight?
Yeah, you stay overnight.
She just don't want you home.
She wanted to get rid of me. She wanted to alone with my
so
dad
here's
at
a
the
funny
house.
story. Here's a funny story. Here's a funny story.
Yo.
That's the truth.
I was going to say she won't buy as many groceries, but you took it.
Yeah.
You took it.
No, well, here's the funny story. Here's a funny story. So 2 summers ago, George is like, man, I really want to do the summer speed at ELEV8 summer speed. I'm like, well, yeah, we'll tell your mom, it's, X amount of dollars. And, we come over here. We start at 7 a.m. And so the funny thing is, the reason it's funny at Texas A&M, he got to stay overnight was because he's like, hey, George comes back and tells me, he says, yeah, George, he's like, I don't think my mom, like, she's not buying it. She's not going to let me come at 7 a.m. I said, why? I said, it's right here. You live right here. We're like 2 minutes away. He's like, well, yeah, but, no one in the house can wake up. I said, just take the Beamer. Just drive the Beamer. You're 5 minutes away. He's like, nah, they won't let me do that yet. Okay. So I said, well, tell her you walk. Tell her you walk to the lab. It'll take you 10 minutes from your house. Okay. So he goes and he comes back. He goes, hey, George. He goes, yeah, my mom, well, she says I can't walk. I said, why? And she goes, because she's afraid somebody's going to steal me. Oh, my God. I said, George, tell your mom that at 6:30 in the morning, the smugglers are not working, and they don't work with forklifts to pick you up to put you in the freaking truck. So that was a funny story that we had with George. But, yeah, there ain't no forklift working at 6:30 in the morning.
I did end up coming that summer, by the way.
Did you told him?
I made my dad wake up in the morning.
Yeah. So, no, for the viewers, yeah. He ended up coming, and he did really good. And Will and Connor, Will's little brother, they all came that summer. They've been coming. And one of the things here at ELEV8, going on to our 10th year of being in Laredo, is that the reality is those who have gone through our summer speed program, which everybody thinks, it's just for track athletes. No, it's for all athletes. Every athlete. Let's face it, Laredo is not fast. Laredo skill players are not fast. Let's just face it. Let's play, an ace is an ace, a jack is a jack, okay? So, and you don't see the skill players out there.
No, you don't.
You don't see. You see more track and you guys, the big guys. Yeah. And the reality is it's the skill guys that need to be out there the most.
Yeah, they do.
I've never seen one quarterback in Laredo go and do the speed. I mean, they don't like it. But yet, you hear them all talking about they're going to go D1, they're going to go D2, they're going to go this, they're going to go that. Okay. SPEED is synonymous with football.
Yeah.
In United States of America. Pigskin football.
That's
Not-
a huge difference between whenever we play whenever we play San Antonio, the one thing they preach is don't let them outspeed you in the first, half. Because that's all the, we would, you play these San Antonio teams and you just blown out by their speed. Like you'll start the game off and you blink and you're down 21.
Yeah.
And what they really preach, because like the first half is always so brutal against these San Antonio teams because they're fast. They're fast. But once you get to the second half, you're caught up with them. Not necessarily caught up, but
Right.
you're getting used to the speed. You're like okay, you're calming down. Like, we can do this. And by that point,
It's too late.
It's too late. Yeah.
Midway through the third, and they're already up.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
say,
50.
I wouldn't say that we caught up.
Well, no, I'm not saying caught. I'm saying like
I'm saying
slow
they
them
let
down
off the
more.
gas.
I get
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah.
They let
Yeah.
off the gas. Huh?
They're having more 3 and outs.
Yeah,
They're having more
it's
3
like,
and outs.
Yeah, that's what they preached when we played Harlan sophomore year,
Yeah.
and then when we played Brandon. George played Brandon, but
So if you guys don't focus on speed here, what do you focus on? What do you prioritize
like what do you mean?
as a football team?
Oh, like as a football team? Well, yeah, we still do like speed stuff, but like we don't do the. I mean, at school, like it's not people aren't doing the extra work. Like you'll
Right.
do the sprints, the build-ups at school, and the change of direction at school.
Mm-hmm.
But that's still like a small part. Like you'll have, 2 sprint days in like off season. 2 sprint days, 1 change of direction, and 1 power running day. But I feel like those are all good in itself, like good training.
Sure.
But what we also work at ELEV8, we do endurance with Abby. We're going power with you. We work more things that we wouldn't necessarily work at school, which I get that you could think that you don't need endurance for football, but in reality, endurance is a huge part of football. Like especially on the D-line, O-line, like you can't be expected to move a guy that's 250 pounds if you're totally gassed out. But, if you're conditioned enough, you should be able to move him no matter what,
Right.
like all game.
Right.
So that's like also when you go into those San Antonio teams, they let off the gas because they get tired.
Right.
Like any team will let off the gas because they get tired because they don't work the conditioning in the off season. But I feel like that's often overlooked, conditioning in, football. But
Honestly, the linemen in San Antonio compared to Laredo, I feel like it's not really that much of a difference, to be honest. Like what really separates is the skills, because the skills over there actually run, and over here they don't. So in San Antonio, all they have to do is run outside.
yeah,
And
they're gone.
we're
on a
beat.
streak and it's
Yeah.
full.
Yeah, they will never run through the middle because Laredo linemen are actually pretty decent. I'll admit that.
Yeah, Laredo.
No, the
has
big men are
pretty
good.
linemen.
It's the big men, but it's the skill guys.
Yeah.
I mean, how about those? I mean, I've seen some of the DBs here in town. I mean, some of the DBs free. Okay, let's talk free safeties. Some of the free safeties I've seen here in Laredo are 5'8", 135.
Oh,
They don't
yeah.
even run.
I mean,
they're
they
slow.
can't- they're not fast.
Yeah,
They run a
it's
4.9.
really rare to find, a tall, skinny guy in Laredo. But tall, big guys, it's not as rare, but still kind of rare.
Yeah, so
No.
you're not going to get your 6-footer,
Yeah.
your 6-footer that's 170, okay? Although there is a kid at one of the schools, I'm not going to say what school, but there is a kid that's kind of 6 foot, 160, but he's more into another sport. But they did have him as a DB, as a free safety, excuse me. They moved him. And yeah, but eventually what's going to end up happening to him, they'll put him as a D end or something like that. He gets any bigger, they're going to put him as a D end.
I know, that's the
You see,
thing.
so they use them because they don't have big guys like that here. They probably put them to a receiver. You don't have very many big receivers like that. 6-footers, 175. You just don't have that.
Yeah, I
here.
feel like Laredo really stunts their athletes' growth in like sports wise because like they don't have size here. So if you have size, they'll put you in a different position. But
Yeah,
in
where you
college,
need size.
like you're small. Yeah, so for example, we have a guy in here. He's like 6'2", 6'3", 207 as of today, and they have him at DN when
he'll be a hell of a linebacker or free safety.
in college.
He'd be a killer free safety
he'd be a good safety or outside linebacker,
Yeah.
but
because he likes to hit.
Are we talking about
Right?
Grimace?
no,
Who?
Not
Grimace?
Come on now.
Who?
Grimace?
Georgia.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, but
207?
Yeah, he's 210 on a good day.
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, and
He
they
just
have
got
him
back
at
from a
D.
little trip.
I gotta
over
start
there in,
eating. I gotta
Las
start
Vegas.
eating,
Las
bro.
Vegas, yeah.
And they have him as
I
DN.
need to go to the Alvarado
Household. Yeah, there's a lot of beef going on over there. A lot of beef because his brother's 6'2", 235.
No, he's like
fucking
6'1".
way.
It was 6'1",
Yeah,
6'2",
6'1", 220, 230.
220. No, I think 230. Yeah,
230.
Yeah, 230. When he came mid-May,
It was 170.
170.
Holy shit.
I thought the dude walked in from the under the bridge here.
He went through some adversity. Though. He
Well,
tore
you
his,
talk about adversity. He had Tommy John in his elbow. He's
Nah,
talking
he
about
went through some
depression
fucking pipes,
too.
bro.
Hey, that'll teach what?
He went through some bags of weed or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's some of that crack stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways, so no, I think we're all on the same page. And you know, you can't really do anything with the genetics. We were talking about that kid from Ohio State. What was his name? What was that kid's name from Ohio State?
I don't remember.
I was watching a podcast
Luis,
about him.
what was his name?
I don't remember.
The quarterback?
No,
No,
the
the D-end.
No, he's a
I
tackle.
don't know.
Or an O-line.
Yeah,
He got
O-line
picked up by
tackle.
the
Like
Browns this year.
CJ.
6'8".
Something Jones.
Yeah.
Something Jones.
Josh Jones?
No,
Hey,
so-
bet on. What, can you look him
Oh,
up?
yeah.
Yeah.
Beto,
Bet
look that
on.
on. Bet
Ohio
on.
State,
Ohio
big
State.
O-line.
Huh? Yes.
DeWan.
Search
There
up the
we go.
quarterback, too. I forgot
That's
his
it.
name.
His wingspan was a smooth 89 and a half.
Yeah, 89. That's like
89.
Hey,
You're at
we
what?
using
What are you
Beton.
at? 70?
I'm at 77.
And what's your wingspan?
75.
Wow. So this dude's 89 and a half.
So
Yeah.
77
six,
wingspan.
8, or well, how
Yeah,
tall is he?
6'8".
Yeah, 6'8", 375. One's a
375.
5'3".
Yeah, 5'3".
5'3", 40.
Yeah.
Crazy athlete.
So, for
Crazy.
example, for the people that don't know, 77 inches is like 6'5".
Yeah, it's like a 6'4" wingspan.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
And 75 is like a 6'3", 6'2".
6'2".
So, like, even that in itself is
6'5".
No, but that's him.
that,
Yeah,
that's
it's like
him.
me.
Oh, you got 6'5". So
He's
he has
like
some-
a
So he has like
7'5".
7 some. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, 'cause
Damn.
that's 12 inches more than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
So that's another.
insane difference.
yeah, that's crazy. Like, and at UTSA, one of the players there
Yeah.
said, "Holy shit!" when they heard Will's
Yeah, like-
wingspan, and when you, I mean,
That's just like-
89. Holy hell!
Yeah.
That
That's
shows
huge.
the-
That's a huge
It's a
dude,
gorilla.
man.
Holy
That- That's a big man right
Yeah,
there.
it's
That is
special.
a big man.
Damn.
Yeah.
'Cause-
So who took him? Do you remember?
I think it was
The
Browns.
Browns took him? Yeah.
Something
So
like that.
Good luck.
Some like first, second round.
Well, hopefully they protect
Good
Deshaun's
player.
backside because
Yeah.
he's going to need it. The good old Browns. So, yeah, so we have the adversity. You had the knee surgery. You had the knee pain. You guys went through a lot of camps this summer. Well, you went through a lot of camps as well, right? You went Incarnate Word.
I went UIW, UTRGV, New School, Texas A&M Kingsville.
right?
I went to UTSA, and I'm going to finish off on Thursday. With Texas State.
Okay.
So
That's a good one for O-line. Dude, I saw some houses over there. I mean, you're talking about 6'7", 6'8",
big comp.
like some big old sons. All D1 though. Like they're
Yeah.
all D1.
Well, that's
So you're gonna have fun there.
That that's what
It's a
it's
lot
all
of comp.
about. I mean, that's what it's about. You guys are maximizing your potential. I mean, being big guys. We got another big guy here from another school, your rival school, aka Grimace. He's grimacing in Cancun. Yeah.
for real?
Yeah, he's grimacing in Cancun.
How do you put that guy on a plane? How do you guys get on a
it's
plane?
a purple plane. Bro.
It's the worst.
Do you guys
Honestly,
get two
it really
seats?
is the worst.
No, it's oh my gosh.
Dude, your knees, like my knees, getting engraved
Your
in the front
butt,
seat.
bro.
I got to get. It's always an issue with me and my dad because my dad's big, like me, and it's either we get both aisle seats or it's a problem.
Dude, last time I went on a plane, I got sat next to another gorilla. Dude, they switched some seats. Cause I'm over here, I'm halfway through his seat, 'cause my shoulders, and he's on half.
Do they charge you for being?
No, they don't.
No.
Because you know how they charge
They-
for
they
your
just
luggage
moved
being
them.
too
Well,
heavy.
They just moved them.
You're trying to say way too heavy.
I'm just saying, like
he
I,
looked
I
like
would
me
be a
too.
little bit worried if there's a
I
whole
mean,
O line on my plane.
At least okay. Well, you see
Like
those
imagine
stories.
you go on a flight to Ohio from Texas, right? They
Yeah,
just
that's
finished the game at Texas, and the entire O line is on the plane.
Well, they get their own
I
private
would
plane.
I would be worried. Nah, I'm just saying, but
Yeah,
like
but
imagine.
It's like those stories, those big old women on the airplanes.
Yo, what
A bit-
stories,
bit-
bro?
No. You hear
What
those
stories
huh?
are you talking about?
Hey, Charles Barkley,
Cut.
big old San Antonio women trying to get on those airplanes. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You gotta have those.
gets
the
tight,
divider
son.
seats, bro. You gotta pick
Hey,
those
shout
up.
out to Charles, man.
Charles
that
Barkley,
dude,
man.
he's savage. I like
Never
how
won
he
a ring,
speaks his
but-
mind. He's the man right there. Yeah. He deserves every award that man gets.
Hey, you seen that? Look at those clips. The
Yeah.
San Antonio women.
Yeah. I don't know. You may get banned from San Antonio. I don't know about that.
Hey, that Riverwalk. got
So-
them too, though.
Going back to the topic of football and the difference, I feel like something I haven't talked about is the culture with San Antonio and here in Laredo.
Right.
It's just like everyone there motivates each other. The coaches, they're hopping around like they're part of the team. They're part of the players.
Right.
Like they get excited
Right.
when someone makes a play.
Right.
And I feel like over here in Laredo, it's just like they kind of feel like they're above you, the coaches.
Right. Well, I think one of the things here. Okay, so you're hitting a big topic, and one of the topics I talk a lot about is within our staff here is unless you've been down in the trenches, you know what that pain is.
Yeah,
you can ask your coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can ask him, how does it feel to breathe? Yeah. Because you got to go through the ringer to understand it. So you said Coach Edwin came in? Is that his
Coach
name?
Edwin came in.
Okay, so he played the game, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so he was at what is A&M?
He went to. Oh no, that was the O-line coach. But
Okay.
the head coach Garcia,
Yeah.
he played in Kansas too. I don't
Okay.
quite remember where, but he played in Kansas. He went to Roma. I think he's from there.
Okay.
He played high school there, and he played up in Kansas for college.
Okay.
And then he ended up coaching back in Laredo.
Okay, so he played the game too.
Yeah.
And so you take out of the whole and Coach Swain.
Yeah, Coach Swain.
Coach Swain played. He played.
Yeah.
So you got 3 coaches that played at a high level.
Yeah.
San Antonio on your team, you've got
All the coaches have played.
all the coaches
College
played the
football.
game.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
difference. So they feel part of the excitement. Friday night lights, the whole nine. They know what that feeling is. They get fired up. When they yell
Yeah.
at each other, they're not but hurt because they know why. Because it's all about the kids to
Yeah.
do what? Win.
To win.
And then you got San Antonio. Then you've got Judson, Churchill. You've got
Yeah.
Brandeis, Johnson, Reagan.
Brandon.
Steele.
Steele's big.
Steele.
Holy hell.
Brennan. Then you got
Austin teams are even crazy.
you got the other team out
Dripping
of
Springs.
Dripping Springs. Yeah, they're
Dripping
great.
Springs. Then what's the school right above over there? by-
Westlake.
West
Travis.
Lake
Lake
Travis,
Travis.
Westlake, but the other one right there, Bernie
Bernie
Champion.
Champion.
Yeah, their baseball team looks
Smithson
like a whole
Valley.
football team.
Smithson Valley. Holy hell.
Yeah, so
Powerhouses.
So what happens?
OBJ.
Hey, speaking
Laredo
of
Johnson.
hey, come on. Hey,
What?
They're getting it going. They're
I'm serious,
reloading.
bro.
They're
Hey,
reloading.
look,
they have a bright
Hey,
future.
no, it's
They have a bright
rebuilding,
future.
right? They're rebuilding.
Yeah.
They're rebuilding.
They have a bright
rebuilding.
future, if I'm
Hey,
being honest.
yeah.
Hey, they're
beat South.
rebuilding.
They
It's
put
okay.
us in the playoffs.
Hey, everybody got to
Oh, a
rebuild.
lot to LBJ.
Hey, but you know what's really sad is the
Shout
SIG.
out LBJ.
The SIG.
Oh, SIG.
The
SIG had a
SIG.
tragedy.
No, they were
Cigarroña.
9-2 and they lost the last game.
Yeah.
They missed the playoffs. Like
What?
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
they had a real great
Preseason.
Preseason, like they were like 7-0,
Yes.
6-0, something crazy
Yeah.
like that. And like their players got hurt, and they,
the last game of the season,
Yeah.
and they needed to win.
and they didn't make playoffs.
They lost.
I don't think any 5A Laredo school made playoffs last year. Nixon, Martin.
No, I know. You've got a good friend over at Nixon. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah.
Nixon football's rough.
Yeah, we wouldn't talk about that, but yeah,
Oh, yeah. Back to the topic of the
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
Also, in the players, you can tell the big difference because, here in Laredo, it's just everyone's dragged to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You're lifting and everyone's just like daydreaming, not wanting to be there.
on their phones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because
I mean, they get after you. If you're
yeah,
on the
they
phone,
don't.
but-
They don't let us be on the phone, but it's just like the energy. I'm talking about the energy.
I was talking about the coaches.
Oh,
coach.
oh yeah, that too. That too.
Yeah.
And in San Antonio, it's just like everyone's screaming, yelling. Who's gonna carry the boats? Where my dogs at? It's just a bunch of chats. It's just a bunch of monkeys. Like that wants to be there. No, I swear. Like it's just a bunch of orangutans, just crazy yelling.
So George,
That's just
George,
you, bro.
English is George's second language. So what he's trying to say is that basically
They're going crazy.
we got
They're
a
wild.
bunch of silverbacks,
Yeah, they're
chest
Silverbacks.
bumping.
They're
Yeah.
wild.
That's what
Yeah.
he's trying to say. It's the jungle over
savage.
there.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got
that
the
want to
music
be
blaring.
there. No.
no
And
music.
there's no music either. It's
Yeah. It's just everybody
it's just
hype.
raw
Right.
weights being
Right.
metal weights being lifted.
Okay.
old school.
Yeah. Well,
It's-
you know, I will say this: there's only I know of. There's only 2 locations here in Laredo that there's going to be clanging and banging. Those 2 gyms are old school, no AC. I mean, that's what's up right there.
100 degrees.
True fit and crunch,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Danny knows all about. You
Both
have
of
you have a
them.
buddy that goes there, right? Little Richie.
Oh yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning.
In the
clock's
morning,
in.
bro.
Oh, man.
3 in the morning.
What?
Wayo works there.
Who?
What?
Wayo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he works.
Crunch?
Yeah. No.
What?
No,
Was he?
no. He's
Who's-
over there at some different location.
Oh,
But anyways, I know he's at a different location. So you guys got about 2.5 weeks before you all start.
Yes. Yep.
Right? Expectations, Will. What are your expectations this year
My expectations this year is to,
for the team?
for the team. Okay. Oh, yeah, I was getting that. Team, first of all, I want to win district. You know,
Right.
I got great players that are going
Right.
to be seniors graduating, never won district.
Right.
You know, like George, Jay, Dylan, like all these like great players. Just never
Right.
really been part of a district
Gael.
title team. Gael, yeah. That
Shout
guy
out
deserves
Gael.
credit.
Is that the running back guy?
Yeah, our running back.
Yeah, he's
Crazy
really
good.
good. He's
Love
really
that dude.
good.
Yeah,
He's really good.
But,
He's a dog.
You know, we
Yeah, he gets in.
you
there.
know, we're hungry for the
Yeah.
for a district. I think we could do it this year. You know,
Right.
Well, we just gotta.
Who's coming back at quarterback? Is it
At
Jeremy?
quarterback,
The kid
it's going to
Jeremy?
be Javi and
Jeremy?
you know Jeremy's.
Okay. Is
yeah,
Jeremy
still-
going to play? I mean,
I
is he?
I
Have
mean,
you seen him out there? Let's
I've
say
seen
that.
him. Yeah, I've seen him out there. I've seen
Okay.
him and Javi both
Okay,
out
so-
there.
okay, so they're gonna
But Jeremy's still in baseball, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think they're both going to play.
Okay.
I don't know who's.
Well, your defense looks pretty good,
Our
right?
defense, our defense is looking good.
Yeah.
Our secondary is looking real great.
Secondary.
Our ends are real great.
Okay.
You know, our linebackers are looking better. You know,
Right.
But I hope we can win district.
Right.
You know, and if not win district, just make it as far as we can in the playoffs.
Right. So it's you guys. It's usually you guys, United, Eagle Pass,
Yeah.
and South.
South.
Is that still this year, possibly?
For what, like playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah, for playoffs, it could be. It most likely could be that. But you know, Del Rio snuck in there last year instead of South.
Well, they lost their quarterback.
yeah, they lost their quarterback. So
So
but
that's
where is
huge.
he?
for
Where
them.
is
that
he?
quarterback actually, the new quarterback they have now played us his freshman. Their new quarterback's tough.
He's good.
He broke
good.
his collarbone
Against
mid game
us.
against us, and he still finished the game throwing
Oh wow.
nukes.
Really?
He beat us. Yeah, we actually had a really great freshman team.
Bro was fast.
Yeah, he was fast. He was
fast.
Could throw. He's
Who
tough
broke his
too.
collarbone, George?
No, it was our freshman year, so only just people in our class.
Okay.
I sacked him twice, by the way.
Did you?
Dang.
You remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember. But yeah, it was
Is
crazy.
that when you just kind of manhandled
Yeah,
that one kid?
that's the
That was
guy.
game?
Yeah, that was the
Okay,
game.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was real. You know, like he's a tough kid.
Yeah, he's tough.
Yeah.
The Del Rio, the new one. But hopefully, we can get the better of Del Rio. Cause
Okay.
that's
Hey, Eagle Pass.
They
is
own
usually-
it. They own y'all.
Eagle Pass is
yeah.
usually good too.
Eagle
right?
Pass is real good. But you know they actually had a really good run last year.
Right.
They went what 10-0.
Who did they lose? Brendan?
They went 9-1 in regular season. Went 9-1. They lost to South.
In the playoffs.
No, they lost to South right before playoffs.
Okay.
And they lost first round in playoffs against
Who did they lose to?
I don't know. I think it was someone from you guys' conference.
Uh,
Like somewhere around there.
Conference.
Or
District.
what a district, yeah. But yeah.
We're not there yet, bro.
Yeah.
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 Not yet.
I know.
not yet.
I know.
What happened?
Yeah, I need those signed jerseys, bro. I'm gonna put
Yeah,
them up
those
in my
signed
house.
jerseys.
So we're talking over here. What's the expectations at the big Brandeis?
I think we can definitely win district champions. Honestly, right now, the only people that we kind of looking at is Reagan.
Yeah, but
But-
they're good in everything.
But I mean, I heard that they lost a lot of their seniors.
Oh, really?
But we did too.
Okay.
So
So what? We
It's even.
reload and
yeah,
punch them in the mouth. That's what you got to do.
I think we can definitely go. You know,
Right.
district champions, and as a individual goes,
Right?
definitely want to go first team.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
What is it? District?
yeah, first team, and then you know, I'm hoping to get some offers this
This off season?
yeah
This
after season, because I mean that's when really the offers come rolling around in San Antonio.
Right.
It's just after your junior year, so this year is really crucial.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't be
Yeah.
messing around. You get me? This
yeah.
is where I gotta focus up.
Absolutely.
And really ball up. and I'm really excited. I'm really
Right.
excited to.
Hey, you're at a different school though.
Yeah,
like
different school.
I saw you post the rankings the other day, and you guys were low on that
Dude,
list.
we were low. Dude, they're doing us dirty though.
Yeah.
We went 9-2, 9-3. We lost
year.
in last year we lost in
Who'd y'all lose to?
second round in the playoffs, and everyone was upset. We lost against Dripping Springs though.
Dreaming Springs is a great school. They won 5A championship. Not
And
last season, the season before.
We went against San Marcos first round of the playoffs. Dude, we did them so dirty. It's like 6-30, something like that. 6-24, something like it was. We won by 2, and by 2 touchdowns, and so individually, dude, I need a D1 offer. Dude. I'm hungry. I'm starving for that.
Well, no, look, as I've always said, you're going to face more adversity, you're going to face more failure than you are going to face in success in sports. That's just what it is, okay?
Yeah.
That's just what it is. And it sounds like you guys have a strong foundation to where you guys are trying to go to, and that's great. George has I was privy to the information because George and I, when George is in San Antonio, we still communicate via training, whatever he's got going on, live school, whatever's going on, we still talk on the weekly. And so he texted me, like I said, we talk on the weekly. So he texted me about a month after he had already been there. So what happened? How many D1 coaches did you meet your first month?
Shit.
And here's the difference between Laredo and San Antonio. Your first month, you're working out in the gym because you love to work out.
Not even my first month. It was 3 weeks.
Yeah, okay. The first 3 weeks at that school, you love the process because you're in there, clanging and banging the weights, trying to put a hurt on that 535-pound PR that you had today on the deadlift. Oh, by the way, he did PR today on the deadlift. Go to ELEV8 stories and you'll see it there. But tell us what happened the first 3 weeks you were there.
So thankfully, Coach Bruce,
Uh-huh.
fucking love that dude.
Yeah.
I love that guy to the day I die.
And Coach Bruce is who? Your
Head coach. My
At
head
Brandeis.
coach
Okay.
at Brandeis.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm over here. It was leg day.
Right.
Favorite day of the
Imagine that,
week.
leg day.
I was
Yeah.
squatting 600 back then.
Yeah.
So I think I had like 500.
600.
I think I had 500. So it was light
Right.
for me.
Uh-huh.
500 or 475.
Uh-huh.
Squatting, boom, 5 reps.
Uh-huh.
Coach from University of Nebraska comes in.
What a small school. Mm-hmm.
And they're Big Ten, right?
Yeah.
They're Big Ten. So I'm over here squatting.
Power 5.
So
All
obviously,
right.
obviously they go walk up to first Tyler Murray.
Right.
He's
He's on your team.
yeah, he's on my team. He's a left tackle. He has
Mhm.
5 D1 offers. He actually recently verbally committed to Army.
Army.
Army
Great
New York-
choice.
in New York.
Great choice.
But he had 5 decent D1 offers, and
Mhm.
so first they go talk to him, and then I look over at Coach Bruce, give him a little wink. I go into my set. I finish my set,
Mm-hmm.
and I turn back, and there he is. The coach from Nebraska, the scout, and Coach Bruce introduces him to me. He's like, "Oh, this is our new transfer. He's a defensive tackle, class of 25." He says, "I look good. I'm gonna be on the radar. Follow me on Twitter."
Mm-hmm.
And
The rest is history.
the rest is history. And then, boom, next day, Stephen F. Austin, boom, comes in the door. We're benching, and at this time I was benching 400. So I think I had 275, 315 on. And he introduces him to me, but it was kind of short. It was really
Right,
short.
right.
It was just,
But the idea was you met him.
yeah, the
you
idea
got to
was
meet him.
he came,
Okay.
he talked to us.
Right.
And, I introduced myself to him, follow me on Twitter, I'll be on the radar, And then, what other? UTSA showed up, but I didn't talk to them, though. They were just looking around. We actually had a 4-star quarterback, J.C. Evans. He transferred, though, as soon as I got there. So when I got there, he transferred off.
Where did he go? Civil Steel.
No, he went to Miami Central. I mean, he was 6'5", ran a 4.4, laser. So, he was a different breed.
Yeah.
And
So what, he's
thank
trying to
God
go to
we
the
got a
U or
new
what?
quarterback, though,
Uh-huh.
after he left, Lincoln.
Okay. Lincoln.
He's also D1. He
Okay.
has an offer from UIW, and he has more to come.
Okay.
Because he's a great quarterback. And I'm excited to see him
What,
play.
how big's the guy? 5'9",
Who?
165?
Who, Lincoln?
Yeah.
No, he's like 6'2", 6'3".
Oh, just like, just
he's like
almost
he's
there.
like Will's height.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little bit shorter.
Is that kind of
I mean, he has a big old,
Yeah.
afro, so
Right.
that adds an inch or two.
that?
But
no,
with
you
that,
can't-
the
they don't
afro.
count. They smushed that afro down, bro.
Yeah.
That don't count, bro. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
So kind of like the QB from United. He's like 6'1", 6'2", isn't he? Right?
Yeah.
What Chavez is his name?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
No,
no,
He's-
it's a
but
big
the
difference.
height.
Height-wise,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm as tall as Axel.
Yeah.
Axel is in 6'1". He's like 6 foot.
Okay.
He's not that tall. I saw him.
No comment.
All right, so we'll move along from that conversation. So
We
so
haters.
your quarterback is Lincoln 6'2". So my
He's
point is
205
that
though.
205.
He's built like a
Oh,
linebacker.
shit.
Yeah.
205.
No. When I tell you, he's a big old son. He looks like a middle linebacker,
Right.
and he hits. He lowers his shoulder. I'm excited to see him play.
Right.
He's an exciting player to watch.
Who was it? The Holmes quarterback that we played.
Dude, that's a house.
We played Holmes game 1 of the season.
What?
Their quarterback was
Looks
big,
like
dude.
was
looks like
huge.
Cam Newton.
I
or what?
sacked him actually.
He looks
remember?
like George when he was in 6th grade.
Dude, I sacked him. Remember?
You did?
Yeah. that was-
Did you really?
Yeah. That was our first season game, right? Our first. Season.
Yeah, it was our season opener. We won
Yeah,
by
our
the
season
way.
opener. And I
That's
got
awesome.
Yeah.
San Antonio
No,
scored,
but
by the
actually,
way.
our scrimmage against
Right.
Mission, that was my first varsity sack.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't really count because it was a scrimmage. But
Right. But
that,
still.
that was exciting.
So you got a
That was
taste.
Really exciting.
You
Yeah,
got
I
a
had
taste
a
of it.
taste.
Yeah.
And I went up to celebrate George. Boom! He knocked him over. He rose away for me.
Oh
I
my
thought that was
God.
funny.
Guy.
Remember that clip?
Yeah, I
That's
remember
hilarious.
it. It was against South.
So it's funny because, like, I mean, you guys are pretty big guys. We have a pretty big guy here too.
Thanks, bro.
Jorge's older brother, Luis Mario. Yeah. He's what, 6'1.5", 230 and change on a good day. He just had Tommy John surgery. And he played at your school, Will.
Yeah.
And he was all everything.
Yeah.
I mean, all the accolades. I'm sure they're up still at school. And so we've been, Luis Mario's been with us for a while. He's been on the podcast several times. We've talked with Danny and myself, and we had some really good conversations. And talking about that, you could be the best. You could be all district, all American, all this and all that, but it comes down to sometimes the genetics, in football,
yeah.
and the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Luck
Will,
plays a huge part.
Yeah, luck. So
The right
let's talk about
person,
luck.
Right place and right time.
Let's
Yeah.
talk
Right
about
time.
luck.
Yes.
You love the gym. You're a gym rat.
Yeah.
I mean, you're texting me at 11:15 at night, dude. I'm asleep. I answer you at 5 a.m.
Yeah, you do.
sometimes when you're asleep.
Yeah.
So, and you're showing me like this, 500-pound deadlifts for like freaking 7 reps, and I'm like that. You're strong. You're strong as an ox.
Yeah.
And then you go back and Luis, you got like Luis Mario that could do all of these things just like you.
Yeah.
And then he didn't make it far with football, but like you said, the luck about it.
And also,
I will
his
ask.
position, he was small though.
Right? What DN?
For a DN?
Yeah.
I mean,
again,
6'1" for a DN. Come on.
if he would have went to a free safety or a safety,
Yeah.
he would have
oh.
destroyed people.
Dude,
So I
the
say
future would've
this:
been-
opportunity. Your opportunity knocked. UTSA.
Oh, UIW was really interesting. I forgot to mention that. When I went to the UIW camp, I had a perfect camp, just like Will. Will also
Yeah,
had a
they
perfect
really good
camp.
camp there.
It was
So-
picture perfect.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that coach. He was really
Yeah.
interesting.
Did you send me?
I was
pictures
just too
or
young, though.
Did you win? Who
We
sent the-
both,
Yeah,
we both did.
sent
Okay,
pictures.
so the opportunity. How many D1 coaches have walked into your weight room
I mean,
that said, "Hi,
we-
I'm so and so from University of Michigan"?
One.
yeah, there's a.
Now, I'm not talking
you know,
UTRGV. I'm talking
Alright.
about a program that's actually been in existence and going.
No, I don't think it's
Okay.
I probably
And
might
probably
have.
the
And
the
that's-
whole history of Alexander has probably been on one school, and it was UTRGV. And they don't even have a football program yet.
Yeah, till 2025.
Yeah.
When you guys graduate.
Yeah,
might
when we
have-
Okay,
graduated.
so here's the deal, though. Here's the deal, and this is my point: is you have to put yourself in a winning position.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, you guys talked about y'all's coaches. I know you've talked about both of y'all talk a lot about Coach Bo. I've heard both of y'all talk about him.
Yeah, Coach
you know,
Bo's-
yeah, y'all.
Yeah, the intensity.
I mean that.
He was old school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
he
real
was,
intense
of course.
guy, real.
You
Take
know?
people's heads off. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I?
Always yelling,
Aggressive.
Oh
always.
my God,
aggressiveness.
Danny! What do I tell you all the time? Don't tell me some story about you hitting at some tournament if you didn't hit the ball off the pitcher's skull.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it. I got a little double. I hit right over the second baseman. No. I want a line shot off the freaking pitcher's head. That's where playing ball now. Black magic kind of days, you know?
Or going 16 for 19 with 5
running.
bombs. 3 triples, 17 doubles, 6 diving plays, 9 pitched innings, no hits.
Perfect game.
What, 8 stolen bases?
Yeah. No, like movie stats.
movie
Like
stats.
game stats.
Picture perfect.
But,
No.
bro, don't tell me you were playing with girls.
Bro.
Oh, no.
Damn.
Oh, my
You
God.
got me, bro.
You were
You
trading
got
double
me.
plays with this
You
girl
got me.
shortstop, bro?
Hey,
Come
she
on.
throws gas, though.
Okay. She throws gas.
Imagine me
Yeah.
playing against a girl.
Nah,
oh
bro.
my.
Bro, we already took the stories
Clip.
about soccer and all this. You were all this goalie
Dude.
and everything.
No, but back then we were playing with girls, but they're more developed. They were more developed in the younger ages.
Back then, bro. What?
Yeah, back
You gotta
then.
So
explain
it was
yourself.
two
You gotta
gender
explain yourself,
soccer.
bro.
I mean, there was like 1 or 2 girls, but I mean, those girls, they're
Could play.
developed.
They
yeah.
can play.
I mean,
Their
when-
skills were
you're-
Messi-like.
They're the
Yeah.
San Antonio girls. What?
And then the big old San Antonio women probably get on the airplane.
Dude, I mean, when you're 9, 10.
Man, you guys are going to get Barkley in trouble, man, talking
Dude,
about them big San Antonio women.
I mean, when you're 9 and 10, I mean, the girls are more developed. Like,
Yeah,
they're taller
sure,
than
sure,
you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the difference, I mean,
Yeah.
They're bigger than you. Joe.
yes.
No
Oh, wait,
comment,
You're
bro.
playing goalie.
Bigger than most.
No comment,
honestly,
bro.
but
Nah.
I was always bigger than
I know.
everyone else.
I don't believe
We
you.
know, bro.
What do you mean?
Yeah, really, George.
Of course you believe me.
I'm joking with you, bro. Hey, so big things this year.
Yeah,
I know you guys have worked endlessly this summer. It's not over. I know
it's not
you
over.
head
2 more
out
weeks.
soon. You guys start school in about what? 2 weeks?
August 7th, we
Yeah.
start practice, which I think we probably start school around that same time.
Yeah. So
I start August 22, so I still have a month left.
but you're gonna go to camps and then you're gonna
I'm gonna have practice and stuff.
yeah, practice.
August 7th.
Yeah.
Just like you guys.
Yeah, so you guys are gonna start rolling and everything, and you guys are just getting it going. And I mean, the I never like to say like the sky's the limit because there are no limits. The limits
Yeah.
that you impose on yourself are those limits. So there are no limits.
Something you always say is,
But-
if your friends aren't laughing at your dreams, you're not dreaming
not
big
big
enough.
enough.
Yeah, I say
And
that.
I still think about it to this day. 'Cause I think that's so true.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. Look, so it's real simple, man. It's real simple. Let's just say you guys want to go play at University of Texas. Let's say Alabama, because you know Bama is so prestigious, right? You're gonna go play at Alabama, right? Your dream is to go play at Alabama, right? Oh shucks, they didn't offer you a scholarship, but they offered you a preferred walk-on. But guess what? University of Texas offered you a full ride. It's not that bad, is it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Or Florida State comes calling, or University of Miami. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. Michigan, Wisconsin. Hey,
A lot of people forget.
Ohio State.
Yeah.
Okay, but you wanted Bama,
Yeah.
so you shoot high. Okay, so you got to accept. Freaking Oregon came calling, and they're going to give you pay for 4 years of your school. What's wrong with that? You know, the idea of getting a scholarship is so that when you get your degree, because that's the end game.
Yeah.
Whatever you're going to try to go do with life, architecture, we're still up in the air, but medical
Something.
field of something
San
of some
Antonio
sort.
women.
San Antonio woman.
Yeah, I don't
truck
know.
up there in San Antonio.
I don't know about that, but
They
yeah,
business every day.
Yeah. So I know you guys have hopes and dreams, and so you guys are trying to get to that one level, and why not dream that high? Because what if Arizona State comes calling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nebraska?
Nebraska comes calling, but I want to go play at, you want to go play at again Ohio State,
Yeah.
okay, and University of South Florida calls. That's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you get me? So
yeah.
why limit yourself? Shoot high.
Yeah.
Why limit yourself to such, I just want to go play at UTRGV. Okay. Well, that's nothing wrong with that.
But under that, it's going to be a JUCO D2.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
That could win you.
But to your point, say Hutch comes calling. Hutchinson, Kansas. That's like a D1 program for JUCO.
Yeah.
Okay, those dudes are savages over there.
JUCO.
And
Yeah,
Hutchinson,
just
Kansas,
savage.
man. Let me tell you
They'll
something about
kill you.
Kansas.
Ask
Let me
Kansas.
tell you something about Kansas JUCO. I would put them up against the top 5 schools in Kansas in JUCO. I put them up against
Any D1.
not any
like a top, like a mid D2, small D1.
I would say
FBS, whatever.
FBS. I would say I would even put them up against the top 20 through 25.
FBS schools.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's a big thing in Kansas. Bounce back players, like you'll mess up at whatever school you're at, go to a JUCO in Kansas because only 2 years.
Right.
You build your stock back up, and you can go back to those bigger schools.
Right.
But there's actually Netflix here, Last Chance U. They have a season on Independence, Kansas. It the JUCO there. Mm-hmm. It shows their season, play Garden City, it gives an insight into the Kansas JUCO, like whole thing that they got going there.
Right.
And it's real crazy, like all the you got rivalries, like you got
No, it's
heated.
like it's like high school football.
Yeah.
It's like Judson versus Churchill. Like who's
Yeah,
y'all's
it's
rival over there? Brandeis
O'Connor.
versus O'Connor.
O'Connor.
Okay, there you go.
That's a big rival.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna play in the Alamo Dome.
Really?
Yeah.
That's big time.
That's our
Big
opening
time.
game.
That's game one.
Game 1.
Friday night
Friday night.
or Saturday afternoon.
I have no idea yet.
Okay.
I haven't. I just focus on each day.
Okay.
I don't look
Okay.
that
You
far.
just tell you, hey, show up at this time. You're gonna be there.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take your first bus ride in San Antonio
Oh, yeah.
to the Alamo Dome.
To the Alamo Dome.
Hey, it's not as good as
I
playing at
drive,
Kruger though.
Hey, yeah,
yeah,
Kruger Field, man. Hey,
Come
with the
on,
dog.
baby.
Bro.
Come on
Dog
now.
shit on the
Come
field.
on.
What
Bro.
you know about
Come
Shirley
on.
Field?
Put some
son?
respect.
Oh, Shirley Field.
Hey, they remodeled it. Hey, Shirley Field be looking
Hey,
good
sack
now.
looks nice now. They
Huh?
fixed the sack.
They
They
did.
got new turf. It looks
Yeah.
nice. They actually put like a blue tint. It
Oh,
looks-
really?
Yeah, like all the numbers are like
What-
outlined in blue now.
What are we, Idaho State now? Or
Hey,
what was that?
Hey,
What
Bulldogs
was that,
are blue, so
BYU?
it goes well.
Oh my god. So yeah, talking about these, your rivals and things of this nature. You have to go forward with what you have, and what you have is what you've done in this off season, and you guys have worked really, really hard to get to this point. I know you guys have, because I see you guys every single day. Okay. And I see you guys starting tomorrow morning. I'll see you at 7 a.m. because you're going to be on the speed. You're going to be doing speed. So these are the things that people don't realize that you have to do day in and day out. And being in a collision sport, it's really hard on your body. It's really hard. You got to take your supplementation. You got to sleep. You got to eat.
Electrolytes.
What did you eat? 40 ounces of chicken last night? What did you have?
It was 30
30 ounces of chicken. Yeah. See?
this morning.
See, I had 4 ounces.
Like
Okay.
shredded.
No, air fried
Bro, you ate the whole
chicken
chicken.
breast.
Feathers and everything.
Yeah, feathers and everything. Eyeballs.
This guy's
Bones, son. Nah, I just
Feet.
got 6 pieces of chicken.
Air fried it?
Seasoned them, put them in an air fryer. 400, 8-minute seaside. Flip them. Ready to go.
This
Cut it up,
dude,
eat.
for those of you
It's
that
because
don't know-
I ate really bad last week. I ate like a protein shake a day and that's it.
Well, yeah, but you weren't feeling well either.
I was throwing up
But check
everything.
this out. George here, I think he's a foodie, low key. He's a foodie because like this dude sends me pictures at 11
Low-key.
o'clock at night with tomahawk steaks, 28 ounces, tomahawks. He's about to sit
A
down
cowboy
and just
steak.
take
Cowboy
a
steak.
break, just take a little snack right before bedtime. 28 ounces of freaking tomahawk steak. I wake up in the morning and I see this because he texts me late at night. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, you're about to go to bed. Like, literally. And then the next morning, I see him at the track. I said, did you really eat it? No, I just took a little bit because I'm going to eat the rest of it today. I'm like, holy. Steak and eggs, George. Steak and eggs right
Dude.
now after he runs. Steak and eggs. All right. Hey, I would tell you this.
I limit
George.
myself now
Huh?
to 3 times a week of
Right.
red meat. That's
Right.
it.
Right. You know
So
what
I
happens?
gotta take care of the heart, cardiac arrest. We don't want that.
Well, yeah. You know,
Heart
to that
attacks and
later.
stuff.
yeah. That's
Taking care of yourself.
Yeah, you have to. You have to take care of yourself, and you got to do that cardio. Okay, so Dream College. I mean, we got time. We got 2 years. I mean,
Yeah,
we got 2 years.
years. We got
Okay, so Dream College. Don't tell
like-
me Kansas State.
LC.
Yeah. That's
Hey,
that's
hey,
perfect.
Laredo
Okay.
College, baby.
So if we're talking
Palomino
Last chance
football.
college.
hey, LCC baby, Laredo College.
Go Mustangs.
Hey,
No,
don't
no,
mess
no.
with Harvard on the real now.
Hey, Harvard on the Rio. Dude, that's the only school on the Rio. But Dream College, I mean, like
I could see you at Oregon.
Oregon.
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
Oregon. I don't know about that.
A white boy over there?
I mean,
Omenski.
I'm thinking like, Michigan would be really cool to play at. I feel
Michigan.
Ann Arbor,
Mhm.
Ohio State, Michigan rivalry, crazy.
You like the Big Ten?
Big Ten, I just like Michigan. I like the colors,
Okay.
which navy and yellow, navy and gold.
I got you.
But K State's always great.
Okay.
I always love K State
Back
from
home?
Kansas, back home.
Mhm.
KU too. The KU's getting good.
Yeah.
If they have a great program, I'd be fine with going there.
KU.
LSU, Clemson, cool schools too.
Okay.
Notre Dame, O-line U right
Yeah.
there.
They just lost their strength coach.
Yeah.
Head of strength today. He resigned.
Yeah, but Michigan would probably be the best. I think.
Coach Harbaugh's going to spend four game suspension. I don't know. Whatever.
No, but Michigan actually the past 2 years I think has won the, I don't know what it's called, but the best O-line award.
Oh,
They
really?
give it to the best offensive line unit in the country, and I think they were the 2-time champs
Okay.
of it, which is cool.
Well, I know A&M produces a solid left tackle.
Yeah, A&M.
A&M's really good. I think in the last 3 drafts or something like that.
Yeah.
they've
Ole Miss,
they've
good
been-
O-line always. Ohio
Yeah.
State always good O-line. Notre Dame.
Yeah.
These big Power 5 schools, like
Yeah.
the top ones, you usually all have in common the good O-line. Bama has great O-line.
Yeah.
It's just honestly just shows how important O-line, D-line are to a football game. You don't have D-line, your defense going to get cut up because got no
Just run
pressure
down
on the
the middle.
quarterback. If you don't,
5 yards a play.
yeah, and if you don't have an O-line, quarterback's got no time. Your running back
Right.
has no holes. It just really shows how important O-line is. Like you look at these top colleges, and they're always producing top O-line, D-line talent. Georgia has great
Georgia.
defenses.
Great defense.
Hey, Georgia Bulldogs had great defenses the past 2 years.
Yeah. Their D-line.
Yeah, Jordan
And
Davis.
linebackers. Jordan Davis was big, dude. He ran like a 4 something?
I think
Jordan Davis?
Yeah,
And he's like
4'6".
330.
No, but he ran the fastest as an O-line guy, right?
He's like
D-line, DT.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's huge.
6'7", 350.
Look that up,
He
but-
ran like a 4.
Yeah, look that up. Look
that up, Beto.
Jordan
Yeah.
Davis, 40.
Bet on.
40.
Bet on.
40.
Let's
Bet
look
on.
it up. Let's look
Go,
it up. Bet on.
Jimmy, come on.
Hey,
Jimmy?
bet on. Hey,
Jamie.
Jamie.
Ja-
So
this
did
is our
Jamie.
Jamie right here. Beton.
Big old
Hey,
Beto.
Bet on's ready for Squattober. I already said that, but he's got the Jack O' Lantern shirt on.
The
today.
people don't know about Squattober. You should explain that.
No, there are people out there that know.
Hey,
Dude,
we
people
gotta
know.
get a
If
George
you're watching this,
interview.
you should
We
know,
get
bro.
the
Yeah, we need to
knee
interview George.
bending season coming up here. Knee bending season.
Hey.
How much?
6'7", 350. He runs a 4.7. Holy shit.
I told you it was a 4.6.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Ivan runs. Ivan.
Pina?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. Think about that.
No, what did we talk about earlier? Will just said it. The coaches, hey, don't let him get on the outside. And what do you guys do? Hey, that's we don't play the outside because everybody's
just
got
the
the
middle.
same speed.
Yeah.
So we just got to play up front.
Yeah.
Punch in the mouth and let's see who
Vergazos.
wins. Yeah, that's right. Let's go.
Yeah,
And let's strap it up. That's what the cool part is. That's what I like. I like.
That's so fun, to be honest. It's just preparing to murder someone. Like, that's how I prefer. Just like, I'm going in to kill. I mean,
All right, bro, I'm gonna cut you up. What's your
I mean-
what's your dream school, George?
What's your dream school? Murder
honestly,
University.
I don't really know. I don't really know.
Northwestern.
I don't really know much.
You have a
about
favorite college team or no?
I don't really watch sports, to be honest.
No?
I just focus on me.
Okay, so dream school.
And weights.
Besides UTSA.
Okay, so basically the goal is UTSA. I would like to play there
Right.
because it's close.
Right.
I have a house there. I
Right.
don't have to stay in a shitty ass dorm. I went to A&M. I know you don't like the faggies.
I
but
didn't
Oh,
say.
I would take that
God.
back if you want that scholarship, bro.
I mean, hey, I love that A&M.
What's the name of that coach over there?
Oh.
Jimbo?
Jimbo Fisher.
from Florida State. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Florida
And
State.
moving
I had to
along.
take a picture with him, but I didn't
Yeah.
show up because I didn't want to take no
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah. I don't.
So I know George would hate.
Right. No, I don't hate. Look. There's nothing wrong with A&M. They got a little tradition going on. They got some good stuff going on at
Tradition
A&M.
of losing?
Look,
Hey. Johnny
Is that what you
football.
mean?
Yeah, you're not going there, bro.
All right.
hey,
Somebody watches
I
this
will
pod
say
from
this.
there, you're
I
not
will
going
say
there.
this. Hey,
A&M.
Hey, I
Please
will
offer
say
me.
this. I will say this. I don't know if they're getting Sornex. Shout out to Sornex. Sornex is the equipment. All the cages. I don't know if they went with Sornex or not. I know University of Georgia is all Sornex. Go look at that 30,000 plus square foot facility. It's gorgeous at University of Georgia. A lot of other schools use
Oregon
Sornex.
has a real nice weight room.
Yeah.
You-
No, it's one of the best.
It's like-
one of the top 5.
It's real pretty. Like
Yeah.
it's like the weight room, and it's like a window, and it's just like you see the field and a bunch of mountains in the back. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
That's
It's really
nice.
pretty.
So speaking about mountains on the side,
United's gym is
Carolina.
also really
what,
nice.
United High School?
United
Yeah.
High School.
It's really sweet,
Yeah.
right?
You get the Monte.
The Monte?
Yeah.
The Rancho View.
But the pretty deer and the
Oh, yeah, yeah,
jabalina and
Yeah.
the rabbits, jack rabbits with the antlers.
Kisses.
Real
Yeah,
nice.
Kisses. No, kisses. Kisses.
No, you find
And,
kisses down by Martin, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Kisses with that lady on the street, bro, and singing.
So none of you
A&M
guys
would
have
be
talked
nice.
about the most hyped school this year.
Oh, like for what? Like what do you mean
Football,
most hyped?
college football.
Most hyped up? Like
Hey, that's that guy.
Texas,
hey, dude,
no?
I love.
No.
Whoa. Texas?
Isn't Peyton Manning's kid going
I like
there?
UT.
No, he's not
I would
starting, though.
love to go to UT.
not.
Yeah.
Honestly, any school, to be honest, as long as it's like free education, I could get my architect degree. Without having to pay for it, without having my parents pay for it, like my sisters. That would just be a huge blessing.
Did you just call out your
Yeah, I called out my sisters. I just totally called out my sisters.
But
My parents
no-
are paying for the college. And,
So check this out. Check this out. You guys are missing one big prime time. You
Prime.
talked about mountains in the back. Colorado.
North Carolina.
They're
You always
coming.
say that.
No,
What does he say? We're
Colorado.
coming.
Yeah.
We're coming.
I mean,
I don't even know what that is.
I
We're
don't know.
coming. University of Colorado.
Deion
Please
Sanders.
sign me.
Deion Sanders.
Hey, Deion.
Oh.
He getting D1 lineman now. Jackson State.
What's all that fuss about?
Had, huh?
You don't
What?
know Colorado?
Dude.
No, I
You,
don't-
do you know where Colorado is
I'm
on the
from
map?
Mexico.
Yes.
I don't know any.
I've been there.
George, do you know where Colorado is on the map?
Yes.
What state
Hell
is it
no.
next to?
I just know it's
Colorado.
Texas,
Okay, so-
It's what state is in the middle
New Mexico. I think.
of no what state's in the middle of the United States?
No.
If you don't get it, I'm gonna be really mad.
Kansas.
Tamaulipas.
Kansas.
Yes.
It's Kansas in the middle.
I don't know.
He gave you a hint. I'll be really mad. That's
Yeah.
where he's from.
And then
Next to it.
what state's next to it?
Colorado.
Colorado.
There you go.
Yeah, so
But-
they're coming.
Yeah.
I like what Primetime's doing over there.
Yeah, it's-
he's doing some great things over there. Some really great things. Really great things at University of Colorado. And he says, we're coming. And they're coming.
Hey, they have a tough schedule. Play TCU
yeah.
at some point.
Yeah,
Like,
they
really
got tough.
around,
They're
play
in the
TCU,
Pac-12, so it's
I
gonna
don't
be
even know
tough.
my schedule, if I'm
It's
being
gonna be
honest.
tough. You're gonna have Arizona State. You got Oregon. You got USC.
Oregon never even does
You got
anything
UCLA. You got all these good schools.
is, bro.
Bro.
Well, he's looking up where Colorado is.
Bro, I don't even know my schedule.
we got to get a
I'm
map.
saying, like-
we got to get a map and put it right there. of
No,
the
I
United
was thinking.
States.
I was
That's
just
the
thinking right
States.
now,
Bro,
You
that?
need to get a little projector like right there,
Right.
so whenever Beto searches something up, it'll show on
Yeah.
there.
When bet on.
Yeah, bet on.
Yeah.
Dude, the editing skills would have to be.
So
on
all right,
point.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
TV
that's a good
screen.
idea.
We're gonna do a steak plate sale for a little fundraiser.
Is our editor up to that?
That's me, bro.
That,
Bro,
oh, you're the editor?
Yeah.
Are you up there?
Up where?
Could you, put pictures of what we're talking about during the?
I can, but
That's a lot of work.
So
My payroll's not high enough.
now that we're talking
Yeah.
about sports, something crazy happened this past week.
Oh yeah.
Something crazy. We'll go to the football expert.
yeah.
oh, George.
Well, I'll lay it up. So I had just come off my flight, and this guy's on his phone right in front of me, and I just see a picture of Mbappe and 1.1 B on the bottom, and I said, "Okay, it's probably just some clickbait or some meme, whatever."
Bitcoin.
Then I get on my phone and I see it, and it says Mbappe offered a $1.1 billion deal. So I don't know how to pronounce that, to a team
Saudi. Bro.
for 1 year.
You're talking about.
What did you say it was? 2 million a minute or what?
It's $2 million a day, $24 a second.
Dude,
$2
soccer has
million?
stupid amount of money.
Listen, bro, listen. $2 million a day for a year.
In it, dude.
What are you doing with $2 million a day for a year?
Dude,
You're living in Saudi Arabia.
your
that's what you're
kids'
doing.
kids are set.
Ah,
Oh
George.
my God.
His phone's
Go hang it up.
That's fine. I don't even think they could hear it.
But
It's too far.
But yeah, nah, it's crazy. For 1 year, I mean, they paid who was it? Ronaldo. Bottom
No,
money, right?
I actually saw a post. It said that
Put it on silent for me.
Mbappe in this 1 year, if he takes this deal, will make more money than LeBron James did in his entire career.
Yeah, well, that's crazy. The thing
This
is,
Saudi people.
yeah, it's those
They have so
Saudis.
much
It's
money.
like they own the oils. They sell it to us.
Yeah, so
Talk
pretty
about
much
this.
every time you go fill up your
Oh,
car,
yeah, come on now.
you're going to be paying his
Yeah.
salary.
And it's like, and gas prices are crazy.
Yeah.
Than what they were, and they're so stupid rich. And it's like I think they're trying to start up their league there in Saudi.
Right.
I mean, get big name players, and so they can win titles and. World
Well,
Cup,
also
stuff
in
like
spite
that.
of Messi, right? Messi
Yeah.
went to
Miami.
Miami. But I think with
In the
Messi
long term,
there,
he's gonna make so much money,
Who?
though, right?
Who?
Messi.
He'll make more than $1 billion over time.
Yeah, it's because he's
Yeah.
more towards an American audience, which
Yeah, sure. I
soccer
mean,
isn't even
America's
that
going to
big
go
over
spend.
here.
I mean, did you see LeBron was there?
Yeah.
The Kardashians were there. Who else was there? Groupman
Yeah.
Group, the Mr. Groupman and company. He's got all the
Everybody's there.
nightlife furniture, hotels, restaurants in Miami. So you have there was other. Serena Williams was there. Had a boy bet on. He
Search up celebrity guest at the Miami.
So all these people showed up
I
for
don't even know
Messi.
what
Now
the-
Messi's not getting
what
paid
game it
chump
was.
change. Messi was offered a similar contract, $800 million, I think it was,
For Miami?
for a year. Yeah,
for
but-
1 year.
But the
for 1 year.
difference,
But the difference here, I
Yeah.
think, is the guy in Miami, and forgive me, I forget his name.
He's gonna own a team when he retires.
I think that's what.
That's part of the contract, and there's more. But
Yeah, I think that's the deal. He's going with Beckham.
Yeah, Beckham.
David Beckham, and I think
David Beckham,
him and Beckham can do some really great things for Laredo soccer.
Hey,
Lord,
what are you
Lord,
trying?
he-
oh
for-
yeah,
Hey, you doubting us?
Definitely.
United States soccer.
What you know about Liberty?
Hey,
Liberty Soccer Club.
the first time I actually ever watched soccer was
Football.
Was the World Cup.
Football.
But they're playing
USA.
right now. World
Yeah.
Cup's on right now.
That's female
What?
World Cup.
Female World Cup. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But, what do you mean? No,
Uh,
You're just as equal
He
as
was-
us.
I'm
yeah.
not saying they're not.
But it was because
Are
he
you
was
talking
trying
about-
to kind of
what are you
San
talking about?
Antonio women kind of
It's
thing.
Antonio women. You don't want to see them.
Trying to
But-
discriminate
What?
on women's soccer.
See, now
Hey,
you're
shit.
saying some messed up shit,
Hey,
bro.
the only place you'll see those San Antonio women, bro, is Food Network. That's all I'm saying.
Dude,
Hey,
Will has some.
my
some
600
hatreds.
pound life, bro.
Bro.
See that? Nah, but yeah, about
Crazy.
soccer.
You're gonna
The
get
first
canceled.
Football.
Come on now. The first time I ever watched soccer, like on my own free will,
Right.
was the World Cup when the USA was playing this year,
Right.
or last year, whatever.
Yeah, last year.
When they were playing England,
Right.
and the game was like a tie, and then
Right.
I was like, man, soccer's just boring. There's some people say like baseball is boring. Like I don't want to watch baseball because it's boring because nothing happens. If you think baseball is boring, soccer is like
You get to watch,
Terrible.
22 dudes run for about 15
and
miles
forth, back
back,
Yeah,
back
they're
and
running
forth.
suicides.
Yeah.
and then there's what 2 goals and it's
Yeah.
a tie.
Well, Messi scored on his first game.
Did he even play a lot? I heard.
No, he came in.
Yeah, he just
second,
came in like
second half,
And he still scored.
and he still scored. Yeah.
It's-
Savage shot.
Yeah, that's like
Free
LeBron
kick.
going
Yeah.
to
It
the
was good.
Look,
JV team.
Look,
So it-
he's here in the United States, just like Beckham came to the United States to build the foundation for these kids, and I think he's going to do the same. I think they're going to team up. That he's going to own a couple soccer teams, and I think
be set.
he'll go to New York. He'll do some stuff in New York, California, and they'll be set. Because remember, in Saudi Arabia, there are different rules and laws. Different religion, and some of the families don't want to. Have to deal with all of that. He's got little ones. Mbappe's 22 years old, no
he's-
kids.
It's just a year too, and it's like,
No way.
Yeah, if he goes do 1 year,
I do a year.
Mbappe age.
dude, I'll live anywhere for. Man, I live in San Antonio for a year. You pay me $1 billion. You know what I mean? Big old women. over there.
yeah.
I live in Mexico for $1 billion.
I just want to know what he's gonna do with $2 million a day.
Like, dude, I'd retire.
Well,
Like,
remember, he's going to have taxes he's going to have to pay.
I mean,
No,
So
but I
then-
think the deal is 1.1.
Yeah.
and then
After
he
tax?
gets 776 just tax free.
At the end.
Yeah.
I'll set
that
it free.
sucks.
Yeah, 7. But then,
That's so much money that they're taking away from.
no,
taxes.
but you got to think of
Well,
this.
is
though.
Saudi even having
$700 million, bro. I don't care.
So he'll probably end up in Florida,
Yeah.
pay no taxes on it. Come to Texas. It's going to be Florida or Texas, one of those two.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would
so-
love to be in Florida, my college years, like over there.
University of Miami,
Dude, that'd be
USF.
nice.
I don't ever hear of UCF football, USF football. I don't
USF.
ever hear any guys that I talk to. Everybody knows Florida State and Miami. That's it, in Florida.
Because
And
USF's
Georgia, too.
they're still like Conference USA, something like that. Sun Belt.
But they're good. They're good.
Are
They
they?
have 7-4 seasons.
The Gators?
Yeah, USF.
University of South Florida. It's in right south of
They're-
Orlando.
they're like
University of
green
Central Florida,
and white
UCF.
colors.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really good. I mean, they're D1 and they're like they end up like 8-4, 7-5. I mean, they have winning seasons.
Yeah.
It's just not that. They're not that popular.
Well, I think it's because the SEC, Big 12, Power 5 schools like dominate
Sure.
the ratings on
Oh,
Fox,
yeah, absolutely.
ESPN, all that.
100%.
And these smaller schools just don't get the exposure like that. But it's also on that point, FBS schools. You always hear about FCS, and I don't ever see any FBS schools on, but they're still competitive D1 programs. NDSU was real dominant for
What's his name come out of there? Carson
Wentz. Yeah, they actually get a couple good players. I don't know about now Carson Wentz, but but they get good players out of there. Like they're literally the Bama of FBS, like 4 times in a row champs. The only reason I know is because I have a friend in Kansas who's a big NDSU fan.
Oh, really?
But yeah, it's like no one really talks about that, which I thought was weird. But and then this year I started watching those FBS games.
Hey,
Especially when playoffs come around for them, they don't play around because it's an actual like real bracket, not 4 teams and every game's a blowout like in college football. I mean FCS,
Right.
But I think it's a lot weirder how these schools can still be D1 programs. You just don't know about them or you don't talk about them as much.
Yeah. No, in North Dakota State, I mean, they're
Savage.
Hey, they're savages over there. What's the name went there last year? Game Day went there.
Yeah, college game.
Yeah, College Game Day. They went there. I mean, they're good. They're good. They're really good. They produce players, man. And they produce some good high-level players. It's just, look, at the end of the day, look, the reality of all of this, what we're talking about, dreams and college dream, University of Miami, Florida State, et cetera, all these big schools, Clemson, Alabama, all these great schools, Texas, Baylor, TCU, when RG3 was at Baylor, and then you had that other kid. Who was that TCU that is in the NFL? Do you remember?
Running back?
No, quarterback.
No, quarterback? Max?
Sam Donald?
Oh, Sam Darnold, yeah. Was it him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it him?
Sam Darnold went to USC.
Okay. Well, anyways, I know the quarterback came out of TCU, and then you had RG3 at Baylor. Then you had
Johnny Manziel.
Who?
Johnny Manziel. Aggies.
Johnny Manziel.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Brr. That's the only guy I know.
Well, I mean, think about this.
You guys are
At
speaking
one
gibberish.
point, there was 5 guys from Austin
Yeah.
in the NFL quarterbacks. Yeah.
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 It's like, you can look
And
at
one of them won the Super Bowl. Who was it?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick.
Nope.
No?
I was saying that as
Patrick
a
Mahomes
joke.
from Texas, though.
I was saying that
He's
as a
from
joke.
Texas,
There's
but he's
no
not from
way.
Westlake.
From
Westlake.
Oh, yeah.
Westlake or
Yeah,
Lake Travis.
I know what you're talking
I'm sorry.
about.
Excuse me. It's Lake Travis. They're from Austin.
Yeah,
The
Austin.
quarterbacks. So it's not. It was Westlake or Travis.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Do you want to go to the NFL?
Do I want to go to... If my body allows it, yeah, I'll play in the NFL. But...
Is that not a goal for you?
No, my goal is to be successful and happy in life. And if football leads me that way, sure. But if, I finish playing college, which playing college is a goal for me. If I finish playing college and I realize I just want to hang it up, start at working, doing a medical or engineer or whatever I end up doing.
Right.
Just be the best I can and be happy.
So let me ask you this: Will this make you happy?
Hmm.
Just imagine Connor Omenski, DC of Kansas
DC
City
of Kansas City.
Chiefs. Would you go coach for him?
Would I go coach for my brother in Kansas City?
Would you do it?
I don't think I could ever work for that guy.
Okay.
Connor,
Would you ever want
I
to
don't
be
even
coach?
get in on Connor.
Connor knows football now. He
Hey,
knows his X's and O's now.
Yeah, because
Connor knows his X's and his O's.
takes a lot in from the sideline. But,
Yeah. Well, okay.
but no,
Hold up. What do you want to coach in the future? like high school football, college football, etc.
I feel like
Would you be down?
I feel like coaching would be cool,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I could see myself doing it my whole life. Like maybe a, close to retirement thing, or like a right out of college thing. Like
So let's say you came right out of college.
if I go right out
And
of college,
you went to Kansas State. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, the Packers come calling.
Packers come calling.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, you see things
No way you're
change
gonna say
already.
no.
Well,
You see?
yeah, but
We need an
Who
O-line
would say no?
coach.
you need an O-line. Oh, an O-line coach. Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll coach
Assistant,
at the NFL, dude.
assistant online coach.
But
what
like,
about that?
I'm talking more like,
High school.
like coaching high school.
Yeah,
to,
That's what he's talking about.
like, because I just think of the, the coaches that have, helped
Influenced
me,
you.
inspired me in
Right.
my life. Coach Garcia, both of them.
Right.
Coach Pena, and all the other coaches I've had that inspired me.
Right.
I'm like, if I could do what they did,
Right.
like if I could be what they were to me to someone else, I
Right.
think it'd be worth it. Just
Sure,
inspiring
absolutely.
the next generation of players
Right.
to be great.
Right.
Doing like what you do here too.
Right.
It'd also be cool to do.
Right. So no, yeah. So that's the whole premise of why, and we've said it on the podcast when we first got started. That was the whole premise, foundation of Elevate,
Yeah.
to help you guys achieve your dreams. Now, all three of you all are definitely gonna. Yeah, I know Danny's gonna go play college. I know you two guys are gonna go play college. So, and it's very, excuse me, it's rare to find a lot of athletes from. Okay, let me not break it down too much. Go play for San Antonio baseball team, high school baseball, high school football, high school tennis, high school soccer. Those coaches, been there, done that, played the game, got the T-shirt and burned it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you don't get that same in Laredo because the opportunities are just not there. Because you guys have to go travel. Not everybody's got the funding. Not
Yeah.
everybody's got the resources to get you where you need to go to learn the tools that you need in order to perform at that high level and to go to that next level. Okay, and that's the difference. And it's unfortunate because there are a lot of good football players. I heard today, we're not going to say who it is, we're not going to say what school, but today I heard he's one of the best defensive guys here in Laredo. Come to find out, well, an injury occurred, so he's not going to go play college football. So, things like that happen. I get it.
Yeah.
But, put yourself in a position to win.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about the coaches that been there, done that, because they know what it's like. They know what it's like. They know what that feels like. They know when you're sweating in those pads, especially in Laredo. They know.
Yeah.
San Antonio's, 10 degrees, 8 to 10 degrees,
Less.
cooler.
Cooler.
Those afternoon
So-
practices, man.
Yeah. So that's why you guys practice at 6 in the morning, 6:15?
6 in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, you guys practice after school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's Laredo's 110.
Or is it 100?
Over there in San Antonio, it's probably 92, and they got a nice cool breeze. There's a big difference.
It does get hot. though.
Yeah, it gets hot, but it's not as bad.
Yeah.
So
What about you, Georgie? What's your angle?
Yeah.
Well, the angle is definitely be an architect, and definitely get projects from the government because my dad, he didn't study here. He studied in Mexico. So when he got here, he didn't know English. So it was really hard for him to, to go to college here in the United States. So he's not he's not able to get contracts from the government because he doesn't have the certificate the permit. But he does he can build here, but just not from the government. Like it's his own. He has his own company basically.
Right.
So my goal is to basically expand that company. Take it to new heights. That
right.
he can't because of that block.
Right.
And that's the end goal.
Right.
But as of right now, college football is a must. There's no, I am going to play college football. There's no doubt in my head. And as to the NFL, the way I see it is the amount of work that I'm putting in, I'm doing everything possible to go to the NFL. Like, if I had the dreams, if being in the NFL was my dream, I'm doing it. You get me? But if I don't, get off, the opportunity to go to the NFL, I wouldn't be devastated, because my end goal is to be an architect, make houses. I love math. I really love math. What are you laughing at?
Bro, you don't know where Colorado is. I don't know if you're good at math.
I mean,
You want to build a Colorado?
I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know
Georgie,
how
we have
you-
a project for you in Colorado.
Where's that? Hey, we got Google Maps. We got Google Maps.
That's all we need, right?
That's all we need. I mean, you don't even know geography to do some numbers.
You're right.
But obviously, I'm just like any other Mexican.
So let me ask you this.
Construction worker.
Let me ask you this, George. How far are you on designing that house you've been working on all summer?
I'm already on my second house.
Oh, you already did the first
Yeah.
house. Wow, okay.
Already on my
You've been
second
working
house.
on it this summer, right?
It collapsed or what?
Probably what, like 2-3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. A month?
Did the first
Yeah.
one collapse already? Or is it? Did the first house collapse already? Is that why you're on the second one?
Yeah. That was just a practice run.
Oh,
practice
practice.
house. But this actually second house that I'm building, my dad's actually gonna make it. Like, he's gonna build it. So
So it's actually going to have a foundation.
it's gonna have a
Okay, I got it.
foundation. It's gonna have electricity. It's gonna have
Plumbing.
plumbing, all that. There's a lot of the hardest plan to make an architect is the floor plan,
Right.
because that's like the house, and everything else is the electricity, the plumbing, the etc.
Yeah.
The levels. But regardless, back to the football. It's just I'm putting in the work to. If the NFL was my dream and it was my goal, I'm gonna get there.
So this is what I say to that, and I say this to everybody. I think I told Danny the other day. It doesn't matter where you go play. The end goal is to leave college with that degree, with the least amount of money spent from your parents.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
That's what I want.
When you walk off that stage and you get that diploma in your hand,
And it was free.
it's golden when it's free.
It's golden.
Yeah.
And
Because
not
you
because
don't
it's
wanna-
free.
You don't, and there's nothing wrong with crossing there, getting the degree, and you got a $30,000 debt. That's fine too, but the goal is to minimize that as best possible. Yeah. And so if Hutchinson comes calling and it's a full ride, hey, I get 2 years for nothing. Well, blood, sweat, and tears, right? Blood, sweat, and tears, because you're up at 5 and your day doesn't end till midnight. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. You got ice, you got team, you got videos, you got classes, you got to eat, you got massage, you got to go trainer, you got homework. Mm-hmm. Your day ends at midnight. And then you're up at 4:30 in the morning because you got to be back in the weight room at 5. Yeah. Or you got to be in the video room at 5. It's work.
Grind.
You're paying for it. And in college, you're going to pay for it, okay? That's why they made them so nice. If you go on YouTube and you see, how much money they spend on food, how much money they spent on how I think it was University of Florida that just redid their the sports complex. So each section has like football's over here, baseball. I don't know if football might have their own, but at Florida, football this, you got tennis, you got soccer, you got basketball, you got the different sports, but they have the same area where everybody can conjugate, which is kind of different, which is really cool because typically you're playing football, you're not going to get to go and talk to the guy that's playing lacrosse
or baseball
or basketball.
Just
You're not
the other sports,
right?
The other athletes.
So now they merged all the athletes to one
That's
area,
really
which
cool,
is
actually.
really cool.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I'm glad Florida did that. Because network is everything, right? Well, these are people that you're going to know. Back in the roaring 20s, we didn't have Facebook and Instagram and all this other stuff, Snapchat. Connor was here the other day, and I was asking him where Luis was. So he just gets up on Snapchat, and Luis is over in freaking Istanbul.
Istanbul, bro.
He's all the way over there, bro.
And you found out like
Yeah,
this.
and it took him 2 days to get back to Laredo. Yeah, so like he's over there hanging out. So you get to, it's real time kind of stuff. So we called him, and he answered. It was like 1:30 in the morning over there, and it was like 6 o'clock here or something like that, because Connor had just gotten here to work out. Mm-hmm. So funny. So point is that you want to go to the school that's going to give you the most money.
Yeah.
Right. That's number one. Number two. I've noticed that a lot of athletes in Laredo downplay. Oh, I don't want to go to JUCO. Oh, I don't want to go here. Oh, I don't want to go there. What you don't realize is that if you're a D1 athlete, more than likely, I mean, there are some cases that you get to go play and become freshman of the year, like Rocco, but and that's a rare case. But most guys, you know, especially baseball, you can do it because you know baseball, you're not carrying the other guy. You know, like we talked about that dude from Ohio State, 6'8", 375. Okay. Yeah, you may be weighing 310, but it's going to take every bit of 310 to even nudge that dude, okay? But if you're stronger than him, it might not be that bad, right?
And faster and
right.
And
Technique, skill.
technique, and then just like outpacing him. It's just like he's gonna get tired at some
Right.
point. So when he's tired and I'm 310, still, you know, I still have a lot in the
Right.
tank. Dude, I'm just gonna eat him up all day, and maybe not in the first quarter,
Right.
But
Fourth quarter.
it's how you finish, not how you.
It's not how you start.
It's not how
Yeah,
you
so
finish.
so a lot of people downplay, oh,
not
JUCO,
how you
getting
finish.
JUCO, doing this at JUCO. No, JUCO's really cool. Go look at Kansas football. JUCO football in Kansas. Yeah. And don't take it for granted. You know, there's a guy, he's a little bit famous. He played in the NFL. He was a quarterback. By name, he's from Atlanta. He's from Eastlake, Atlanta, I believe. His name is Cam Newton. Cam Newton went to University of Florida. He was played there with Hernandez and Tebow. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Some stuff happened, but he transferred. Where did he go? To Blinn Junior College. What did he do at Blinn? He won a national championship. Okay, at Blinn Junior College. Okay, Blinn Junior College, right over here by A&M. He's a feeder for A&M, by the way, where your school is at. And so, where did he go from there? He went to a little-known school called Auburn University. And what did he do? He beat Alabama, and he won another national championship just because. And then, what does he go do? He goes to Charlotte, North Carolina, to the Carolina Panthers. What does he do then? Within the first, 3 years, he went to the Super Bowl. He lost, but he was there. He was on the dance floor. Okay?
Biggest
and he
stage.
lost. The biggest stage,
For football.
exactly. The number one most viewed show on earth, the Super Bowl. He was there. Okay? Now, he went the JUCO route. At first, he went the D1 route. But he ultimately, where he got his traction going was at Blinn Junior College. Okay? So, for those of you guys, oh, I'm not going to go play JUCO. I'm better than that. Yeah. Slow down, cowboy. Yeah. I went to the national championships for JUCO this past year in track. I saw some guy run the second fastest 100-meter time in the world. In the world. Okay? Yeah. So, JUCO's no joke. And then Kansas football, JUCO, yeah.
That's D1,
That's I will say, level up from high school Friday nights in Texas. It's a level up, okay? You can level it up from Florida, Ohio, Georgia, and Texas. It's one level up, Kansas JUCO. And like I said earlier, I put Kansas JUCO up against football teams, against like Hutchinson, and what are some of those other schools down there that are really good, like Fort Hayes, Garden City. I mean, those Garden City I know is savages.
Garden City was real good.
Yeah, they're always good. I mean, back in the day when I played.
When I lived there in Garden City, they went on a good run. Actually, when I lived there, Tyreek Hill was at Garden City.
And guess what Tyreek Hill did at Garden City?
He balled out.
But he also
Oklahoma State after that.
Yeah, and guess what he did at Garden City? He went to nationals in JUCO and track. Yeah.
I saw he ran like a 60.
What
recently.
is that guy? Like,
What do you mean? What is he?
like he's not human, right?
Yeah.
No, that
Tyreek
dude's-
Hill.
I saw a video of him
that guy's
recently.
super fast.
He like ran a 60-meter dash or something.
Well,
Wow.
Like in
that
a
was the
competition.
indoor, probably an indoor kind of thing.
You know what that?
Yeah, he
you
competed
see-
with like Olympic runners or something.
dude, and he smoked him.
Well, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like you see these NFL guys, like DK Metcalf, like tried out for an Olympic qualifier event, and he obviously didn't get it. But it's crazy how but he was still close. He was with them. And it's crazy how a person who doesn't even prioritize like track as a sport, like it's not his main sport. Like he's built his body for football. He's all this muscle.
And he was able to
yeah, he's
compete.
able to compete with these world-class Olympic
That's
athletes.
crazy.
World-class
crazy.
athletes.
It just
yeah.
shows how tough, football is.
No, yeah, no. Well, football's probably have some of the most
Athletic.
conditioned
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about
athletes
athletes
in the world.
defensive ends.
in the world.
All right, what's the
Dude,
hardest
those
sport?
are athletes.
What's the hardest sport?
All right, hardest sport. Okay, I'll say on a team scale.
No, what's the
On a
hardest
team
sport?
scale, football. But individual scale, probably baseball. Because
How's-
you can be an elite baseball team, and you could have a really, okay, not counting the Angels.
Fighting sports in general, dude, you have to be a dog for that shit. This is crazy.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu is pretty intense, man. So from a skill level part, I think the hardest sport, right, I'm going to say too that you guys can say it, and once because it's a real collision sport, which is rugby.
Yeah.
Okay, that's hard. That's hard. And then the one that the highest level, in my opinion,
Water polo.
no,
Hey, that's not hot. That's
Hey,
not
cricket,
easy,
bro.
though.
hockey.
Oh,
You got to go up and down, up and down. You
On skates, too.
on ice.
and you're getting the shit hit
Yeah.
out of you.
Dude,
Dude,
that's terrible.
dude.
I would
But-
say like
It's like soccer too.
Yeah, but
In
not
a way,
boring.
like soccer.
Well, soccer, you're running what 15, 20 miles.
Hey, you're not
Yeah.
hitting each other.
yeah,
yeah.
you're not hitting each other and you're on
Well,
grass.
you know, funny you say that, but soccer has the most concussions.
What?
Yeah, more than rugby.
Because you're
More than
conditioned for it.
the
I guess.
NFL.
No way, more than the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, is this like a combined soccer in general, or is it
Yeah,
just like a certain league?
it's a combined soccer in general.
Well,
As a sport.
That
There's
might
so
probably
much,
be
though.
because soccer's a real worldwide sport.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of.
But that, I mean, that's true. Right? Let's call it on a per capita basis, probably.
Like
So it's
in
probably-
one league and in the NFL, is that what you mean? Like,
No,
No,
like,
so take football, pigskin football in the United States or around the world
Uh-huh.
versus soccer around the world.
that's a big difference. So
Yeah. Yeah, everybody plays soccer. Every country plays soccer.
yeah. So it's just of
So-
course.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with baseball.
I think baseball.
I think you're a little biased.
Well, not no.
I mean,
yeah, it's biased.
Yeah, but you guys are too.
But not, but still,
Well,
like,
I did
baseball's
not say
rough.
football at all. I did not say
I-
football at all.
I think baseball is probably the most intelligent sport. You have to be pretty freaking smart to play. Because you know how you were saying earlier that baseball was boring, this, that. Not you were
No,
saying.
no,
it.
I'm saying people think.
People think that baseball was boring. And everything.
it's all mind
there's
stuff.
like 10 different plays going on at every pitch. If you understand the game, there's so much going on that, you know, how long did it take them to figure out that the Astros were cheating? 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's so many plays going on. You got bench coaches giving signs, catchers giving signs, second baseman, shortstops, first baseman with catcher, third baseman with the outfield. I mean, there's so much going on one pitch.
Yeah.
I'm barely learning about baseball,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of understanding it. And I'm enjoying it, watching it more.
Yeah.
But again, it's just like one of those things.
Well,
I just get bored of watching sports.
But you end
period.
up going to the Tecos game all the time.
Yeah, but even then I'll get bored.
Just going for the
But
women,
that's
bro.
what I mean. Like I'm like kind of liking it and enjoying it more and more. You get me? Like
Yeah,
instead of
it-
just like being like frustrated and tired of watching baseball in 2-3 innings, like the other day it was 4 to 6 innings where I was just kind of just like, okay.
Wow.
It's just like slowly I'm enjoying it.
Oh, you want
And-
to talk about boring baseball? I went to almost every one of Orly's games, dude.
Oh.
So that Knicks.
Gosh.
See, but you did that to yourself though. Like
Yeah.
there was
Well-
no. What were you expecting?
was I something? The way that
No.
guy hypes it up.
Well, see, that's
Oh, so he hyped up the season.
that's your problem.
The way
bro.
he hyped it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying this.
So he let you down slowly, softly.
a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
And I think
Well,
baseball's,
well, that's a real friend there. To go to a Nixon game against Martin when you got the guys pitching like 62 hard on the black,
Like, I got hit off
that's a tough game right there. And then you lose to them? Oh, my God.
but
Wow. Does Santa Rita have a baseball team? Zapata?
Santa Rita. Come on, bro.
bro, it's
That's
not
that's
my
the spot.
expertise.
That's the spot.
No, that's like United Day's baseball team.
But what?
All right. So moving along. So some events happened this past
USC.
couple days, and we're going to wrap this up here shortly. Here, unfortunately, you know, LeBron James' son had a heart attack or some kind of cardiac arrest on the basketball court the last couple days. USC, the whole team, the trainers, everybody, AED, they had to know. I mean, he's fine now. He's recovering, etc. You know, best wishes to him. You never want that to happen. It happened to what was it, Hamlin with the
Yeah,
Bills?
DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, it happened to him, but I think he died on the field like 3 times.
Yeah,
I
like
think it's
some
what they
crazy like
said.
that.
Yeah, yeah, it's terrible. But he's coming back this year. He's
Yeah,
playing.
he's
back.
already doing drills.
Yeah,
In training camp.
Yeah, so he's gonna play again this year. So yeah, so you can come back from it, but it's scary. I mean, it's scary. It's scary. So
I feel like that's what makes football hard, is if you have the balls to go back and do it again.
yeah,
Which makes it hard. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what makes football hard. It's just like if you get hit and you get hurt and you have the balls to go and be
Yeah.
hurting again and then do it again, and that's just like football. It's just pain. That's just the part of the sport.
Well, it's funny
you
that
can take
say
the
that.
most pain.
You talked about one-on-one sports, and you hit the nail on the head when you said, Elvis with MMA,
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu, his brother Kike. Kike's all jacked up from a fight that he had in November.
Yeah.
In November, what are we already? We're going into August.
Yeah.
That's 10 months ago he fought,
Crazy.
and he's still recovering from that fight. Okay. I don't know if it was from that fight or it was training for the next fight. I don't know the details.
And he enjoys that.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh no.
You have to be a maniac. You have to
No.
be insane to like that.
No, yeah, he's off the charts. Hey, Rip, may he rest in peace. Biggie, his Frenchie, he
his-
passed away,
his little
unfortunately.
dog.
Yeah, this past weekend, he passed away. Frenchie, Biggie, Kike's dog. He passed away. So, that Elvis buried him.
Oh shit.
Elvis dug the hole, put him to rest in peace. So, how does that happen? Such a LeBron James' son, such a healthy young guy, come out of high school, played at a very high level of the game of basketball. So how does that happen?
Can you get a heart attack for overexertion?
Yeah. I think
You
heart attacks-
can.
That could be.
You can, but think about it. There's so many other players, and especially like an athlete, you don't see that too often. It's
That's
look.
true.
We talked about DeMar,
Yeah, it's
and
happening
what
a lot.
that happened like what last year, 2 years ago,
Yeah, December, November, December. I think actually December.
recently, right?
It was the
recently.
only game. It was a Monday night game, wasn't it?
Yeah, Monday night
Recently.
game in December.
Yeah. Playoff implications.
Playoff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gave Chiefs 1 seed.
And now, before a
Totally
couple
not right.
years ago, people get heart attacks for being overweight, eating the wrong things, drugs, whatever.
Yeah.
But athletes, like that's
It's rare.
Yeah.
very rare.
Extremely rare.
But it's been happening more often.
Exactly.
That's a crazy thing.
Steroids, maybe?
No.
Well,
No.
not well.
We would have people in
That
the
can
90s.
play a part. You are correct. That can play a part. There's a lot of people, and I highly advise. I've been around this game long enough to know. I talk to these guys about being around Tom Platz, about being around, the Ultimate Warrior back in California days, out there in, I forget where that goes, Venice Beach. Being out there with those guys and with my man Ken Kiefner. He was a photographer for the WBF, which you guys don't know what that was. That was bodybuilding coming with the wrestlers. And they made a league called the World Bodybuilding Federation. So they would wrestle bodybuilders. And so my buddy was the photographer for that magazine, for WBF magazine. So I got in tight with, not in tight, I was around those guys training in the same, I'd be in one rack, they'd be in the other rack. So you see Tom Platz, massive.
And he came out with what he would take,
Yeah.
like 12 weeks leading up to the Olympia.
Yeah.
Dude, like compared to what people use now,
Yeah, but
dude,
here's the
it's,
thing.
like,
Now,
not that much at all.
it-
They abuse it now.
Like you guys attended the Mind and Mobility, quite often this summer. Which I think every athlete in Laredo wanting to go next level, because the number one thing that's going to kick you in the nuts, it's going to be your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're not mentally prepared for it when you go off to college, guess what? You're gonna be just
You're
like
alone.
every other Laredo kid. Come right back home.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
hard.
So it's extremely hard. It's not easy. It's extremely hard. It's not hard. It's extremely hard. Okay. And so, and for those of you who hadn't gone off, like your mom gave you the experience of no, let's drop them off at A&M. I mean, you're lucky. You got. I mean, you're coming from out of town, so you know what it is to be away from home. You've been there, done that. I was fortunate enough too that they sent me off to go play ball. So I was gone for the whole summer playing ball. So those are, what I like to say, cutting the umbilical cord from mommy and daddy. You get to you have your independence.
Yeah.
You got to be at time. You got practice. You got to be at a certain place at a certain time. So
It's up to
your
me.
Responsibility.
That's up to me,
Right.
not my parents.
Right.
Because my parents, they care less about football.
Right.
They just make sure I'm good and well.
Right.
But like that type of stuff, like coming in at ELEV8, waking up at 7 in the morning, being
No,
there.
not 7 in the morning. You're up at 5:30 in the morning, sitting in the parking lot by yourself at 6:29. Hey, are we gonna have speed class today? Like, yeah, bro. We got 30 more minutes before we start.
Dude, it's just like, but like what I'm trying to say is that is all me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, my parents put me in the ability to have the opportunity to do that.
Right.
But to actually do it is a hard part. And, a lot of people.
Right. No, yeah, absolutely.
They don't do
Absolutely.
it.
And it's hard. It's hard. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah.
You have to. That's the thing here. The athletes in Laredo don't want to fail. But so they don't know how to win. That's why. Embrace the failure. Embrace it. I want you to suffer. Yeah. I want you to cry. I want you to show emotion. I want you to hurt. Because that's only going to build
character.
And the understanding of winning.
Yeah.
It makes winning sweeter. It's like no different than Tom Brady, no different than LeBron, no different than Kobe, may he rest in peace, no different than Jordan. They could care less about the rings and the hardware. Okay? They enjoyed it for 24 hours. That next Monday, they're already sitting in the coach's office. Hey, coach, what are we going to do this year for offense? They're obsessed with the process. Obsessed with the process. And that's the difference between those elite. Derek Jeter the same way. Derek Jeter the same way. I mean, Derek Jeter didn't even get married didn't start having kids until after he retired. Mm-hmm. So, I've heard some stories about his parties. He's got everything really private. No, yeah, really private. You go to his house, take off your shoes. The phone had to go into a basket. Like, you weren't allowed to film in his house. I mean, he was very, very private. Kind of like Tiger Woods, But my point of me telling you guys this is that, you could be next. And those mind mobility classes, we had a special guest here, a lady who runs the office for the DEA in Miami. She came in, she gave a talk. We have somebody here that is related to her. And she came in and she talked about, the fentanyl is a big deal. They're lacing everything with fentanyl. So talking back to what you were talking about, getting that stuff in the black market, the gear getting on the black market. Yeah. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. You're not getting the blood work. You're not doing the little things that you need to be doing in order to get on gear. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to have a freaking massive heart attack. Yeah. I showed you the Corey Stinger, that big 77 from the Minnesota Vikings that passed away. He had the heat stroke. Yeah. He had a heart attack on heat stroke. I think it was a heart attack. Excuse me. He had a heart attack on the practice field. NFL football player, elite athlete. His problem was that he took too much pre-workout. Heart exploded.
Is that caffeine?
Yeah, it was called the first version of 1MR. It was called One More Rep, and it was a pre-workout.
Oh, but those pre-workouts, they have like DMAA in it. DMAA in
well,
it.
they had.
Like,
well, let me tell you.
Shit.
When I was in North Carolina, over there in Fayetteville, there at Fort Bragg, they must have had a minimum of 10 dudes die taking that 1MR. So they changed the ingredients inside of it, and I think that's what Corey was on to. Yeah. I don't know. You can research it. Corey Stringer, Minnesota, number 77, Minnesota Vikings. He was on O-line. Big dude, 6'6", 350, 360.
Yeah, they evolved a lot with the pre-workouts. Like, they have to be like it's some federation that approves it.
Yeah,
it's like
the FDA.
Yeah, the FDA. Like they have to approve it. And there's like a lot of pre-workouts that they don't approve them, but they still sell them.
Well, here's the deal. It's only 65% approval of the ingredient that is in the product. That's why you go with Thorne. Everything's approved. Whatever's on the ingredients,
100%.
It's 100% in there. Yeah. Okay, they're not stacking it with fillers.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why Thorne.
100% real ingredients.
That's why.
Over here, you put the Thorne pre-workout.
Yeah.
Do you know what's in it? Like, do you know?
I do not. I do not. They just came out with it. We just got it the other day. But if there are any questions, Big Tom with Thorne.
Is this it?
They can. Yeah, that's it right there.
Okay.
That's the pre-workout. Big Tom can educate anybody and everybody who needs to be educated on it. We haven't gotten schooled on it yet, but we got it here. Again, we back Thorne 1,000% on product. I can tell you this: if Thorne came out with a pre-workout, 100% safe, 100%, no doubt, because it's approved through I don't know how many Team USAs.
7 milligrams.
70. Yeah, and what is your boys? What does your boys Prime have? 200 milligrams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know about the ones that I always take so.
Huh? Yeah, well,
Ours
that's
have-
yeah. You guys are talking 1,000 milligrams of that stuff.
Yeah.
Look, I don't need
400,
any more
400.
pre-workout. I have enough coffee in the
messes-
morning that I don't need enough pre-workout. You see me with my,
messes with you, though.
you guys see me with my coffee every morning. So
Gorilla
yeah.
Piss?
Yeah. That
Well,
good.
that's a good thing though about like those Thorne products that it doesn't have too much caffeine, because you can really jack up your body with a lot of caffeine intake.
Yeah.
That's why I took the 3 weeks off.
Yeah.
You could mess up your natural
Yeah.
hormone stuff.
Yeah.
So again,
Your genetic makeup,
Again,
Yeah.
right? Your
again,
genetic
well, not
makeup?
so much your genetic makeup, but you're gonna become immune to it eventually, and then it's gonna
It's
keep
just not gonna
it's
hit you
gonna
anymore.
put you at a different level,
Yeah, yeah.
and then once it puts you at that different level, then
That's why you need to take those breaks.
then you're gonna need more. Then you're gonna need because your receptors get
Yeah,
It's
dry.
like a drug. You just become more tolerant to it.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, with drinking all that
There you
stuff.
go.
The more you do it, like the more you need
Yeah.
to feel how you felt the day before.
But that's why Thorne. That's why we've been looking at Thorne for years. I've been on Thorne personally for over, I don't know, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
You know. So, anyways, I've always trusted them. You know, highest quality of supplement product that you're going to get out there. Now, we're not saying that he took some pre-workout. We're not saying that. We're not saying he took gear. We're not saying any of that. We're not saying any of that. What we are saying, it's unfortunate that he's so young. He's 18 years old. His father is a superior elite athlete.
Yeah.
How does that happen to him? So is there a common denominator that we're seeing all these athletes? What did you say? Oh, my God. When that guy passed away, the influencer, what's his name? Joe what?
Joe Aesthetics.
Yeah, it's just,
Joe Aesthetics.
oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
You
But
know,
that's a different. That's just like he would abuse steroids because I mean the way he
we
looks.
don't know, right? We don't know.
mean-
But if you look at him, you would want to think that
Can
that's the
infer.
case. But then, there are
Maybe
other...
studies come out and I'm
Well,
wrong.
they're not, but the other studies are going to come out, but they're not going to give the detail as to what the cause of death was.
Well, you can look at it like it might be something like we all could have taken or done that could cause these things, like how people back in the day used to think smoking had no effect on you, like ever.
Yeah.
Like, and you just be fine just to smoke, and then it comes out, and how many years later, like 30, 40 years later, that smoking is actually really, really bad for you, and it could be like something that we're all drinking, or we
Yeah.
all like.
And
Well,
I think
consuming
things like
somewhere
that. I think things
can-
like that. And I'm glad you brought up the smoking thing. Back then it was cigarettes,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that whoever's making these things, whoever's approving them, knows that it has long-term effects.
Yeah.
Same
Oh,
thing with
100%.
It's all
same
about
thing with
money.
the
It's all about
electric.
money.
Same thing with the electric, like vapes.
Yeah.
There's no studies yet. It's too early to tell whether it's gonna hurt you in the future, bro. Why would it not be harmful for you in the future?
Oh yeah.
What
'Cause
benefits could you have
people
from that?
know,
What
but-
benefits could you have from that?
Yeah, it's a business. I mean,
Well,
they're not gonna sell.
we're going to take it here.
George.
Who makes those pens? Those vaping pens? China.
Yeah.
Okay. So what
China
happens
hates
if you
us.
throw some weed in there? They may make it to where it creates some type of fluid in your lungs, blocks it suffocates your lungs, and guess what happens when they suffocate your lungs? Yeah, nights out.
George, what would you say is your biggest achievement
For what?
in your life?
No, wow. I mean, there's so many.
Or
I mean,
what-
you just
what are
can't pick.
some
Yo,
that-
what? I'm going to give you the
really-
most recent achievement.
Okay.
Okay, the most biggest recent achievement in the last 10 years
10 years, yeah.
is the amount of athletes we've produced out of ELEV8. That's 100%. But now a lot of kids, would love to sign here, but because of other reasons, they're not allowed because they realize, look, we're not here to pat ourselves in the back. Lindsay was a pro athlete, elite athlete. I played baseball at a very high level. The whole thing was to help people achieve their dreams.
Yeah.
Now we have kids. Well, I say this. We've trained athletes when they were kids who are now coaches. Okay. So I've actually, little Sammy that's out there in the mornings. Okay. Little Sammy's father, I coached back in the Roaring 20s. I also trained his son and his daughter. Now I'm training the little one. So, yeah.
That's your achievement.
That has been the achievement in the last 10 years is that.
Because this is like a phase in your life, no?
Yeah. No, it's not a phase, no, because this was intentional. So I don't think it was a phase. I've always set out to help. I've always set out to help. That's why that's why I tell you guys about the investing and all that. Because I want to help. Because I know that when you're young like that, you're going to get money. And when you're young, you're going to go blow it all. Yeah. And you don't understand what to do with it. Instead of trying to set yourself up long term and becoming a high value man, okay? And understanding what a high value man is. Understanding what a high value man doesn't mean how much money you got. Doesn't mean how much, any of that. I in my opinion, a high value man is, to what point a woman that has been well trained by her family, in which you have her submit to you, and that is considered a high value man. It's of the highest levels. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you guys know you can go random girl in San Antonio like Will likes.
San Antonio,
these gothic girls that play softball. Anyways, shout out to any gothic girls out there. No. Will's available.
That's too specific, bro.
But and especially from San Antonio, Brandeis
I'm
girls.
San Antonio, bro.
Brandeis girls. Help my boy Will out. No,
bro, you're gonna get him in trouble.
And before that, and before ELEV8,
women,
what would you say was your achievement?
No, well, there's
Because
so many.
ELEV8,
I mean,
it's like
but
achievement that gives achieving. Yeah.
no, yeah, but so achieving, so doing 5 Ironmans, half Ironmans.
That's good.
I mean, that's crazy.
Oh.
That's doing 5 half Ironmans. I challenge you guys all the time in the ELEV8 mind mobility class. I challenge you guys. One of the things I wanted to do this 4th of July, but I was unable to because I didn't have signal, was challenge everybody, all you guys, to run 4 miles on 4th of July. See, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
That's a challenge.
That's a challenge.
Yeah. So things like that will develop your character. It'll make you keep
Callous your mind.
Yeah.
Always say
Callous
that.
your mind. Exactly.
Callous your mind.
You see Coach Perales out here running all the time.
Yeah.
Goggins of Laredo.
Goggins of Laredo. He's out here running. I see him. I'm in here. If I'm in here at 5:45 running on treadmill, I'll see him jogging by. Yeah. He's jogging by, doing his thing early in the morning. I've seen him. I don't know how many times. I told Richie the other day, hey, go say hi, Coach. And there he went. 5:30 in the afternoon, 112 degrees outside. He was out there jogging. So,
Crazy.
So at the end of the day, it's never been about me. It's always been about helping others. Okay. Yeah. And so that's where the satisfaction and the achievements come from. To where, for example, I know Jeremy, may his brother rest in peace. He gave me a medal that the U.S. Navy gave to him because I fixed his shoulder. He hurt his shoulder in jiu-jitsu, and we did some rehab over a period of time, and I fixed his shoulder, and he was able to do jiu-jitsu again. And he just wanted to thank me, right? And being in North Carolina, being in Virginia Beach, he thought that, the dog up there, the black flag with the dog up there, that was his brother's company who passed away, who was killed. Yeah. His dog and him were killed in Afghanistan. And he gave me the medal
Of honor.
that was given to his family. He gave me one.
Yeah. To honor you.
To thank me for
Yeah.
fixing his shoulder.
Yeah.
Because he thought his shoulder was fried.
For the rest of his life, but you.
Yeah, so I fixed him,
Yeah.
and then he ended up leaving. He used to fight with Elvis. So those are the things. Those are my achievements, and I have many of those achievements. This guy coming back from an injury too. He's taking off to go play ball. That's a huge achievement. That's huge
For you.
That's
And for
huge. Yeah.
himself.
Well, when I go watch him go play, and he gets a base hit, that's a huge win for me. When I go watch
You get joy out of
anybody
that.
play and you see them perform at a high level where you can see what you've done in the lab and you take it to the field,
Yeah.
you're like, wow, okay. Wow. You know? And it's unfortunate, and you said it earlier, it's unfortunate that you know, some of these guys don't get a chance to play here, but then they go play in elsewhere and they're tearing up the leagues. They're getting praised by their coaches, but they come back to play at their high school and they're just put down.
Yeah.
And they don't get a chance to play, they don't get a chance to opportunity, they don't, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? And you know, and that a lot of that has to do is that a lot of those coaches have never played at a high level. Yeah. So they don't know what it takes to get there. And I use this analogy all the time, okay? It's not an analogy. I always say this is, you know, so George, you're going to go pitch a game. You go pitch a big game. It's, you know, South versus LBJ. You go pitch a big game, okay? And what happens? Okay, you're pitching in the third inning, you can't throw strikes. And what's the coach start yelling? It happens in every little league game here in Laredo. Throw strikes, throw strikes, throw strikes. Like, really? Like, you're going to yell that? Like, call time, blue time. Hey, you're dragging your arm. Hey, extend your drop. Hey.
But they don't know.
Don't preach.
Yeah.
Teach.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't preach it. Teach it. And you think that kid, George, wanted to wake up that morning to go throw balls all day? No, absolutely not. You think Will wanted that guy to beat him on a spin move? No. Yeah, so basically, you know, the Hell Week, I mean, they don't, there's no point in doing all that because it's, you know, they're trying to callous their mind, but it's ridiculous because they don't cut people. They don't cut anybody. So if you're not cutting anybody, what's the point? Yeah. You know, can the guy catch? Can the guy
You
throw?
don't have
Can the
enough
guy,
to cut people off.
Well, exactly. I mean, so what are you going to do if you don't have enough people to cut? I mean, so some schools do. You know, I know one of the schools had like 3 different JV teams, like a white, gray, and whatever. They had 3 different teams, a blue, a gold, and a white, or whatever what the case is. But I don't agree with that because you have to cut and I get it. It's, you know, they want to teach it, but they have to learn the game somewhere else. You know. Whether it's their uncle, their dad, their brother, they got to learn it somewhere else. Because once you're taking away from the kids that know the game. Mm-hmm. And if you talk to some of these kids and you ask them, what did you learn? 4 years at XYZ school. Yeah. And they'll tell you nothing. Mm-hmm. They didn't learn anything. So
it's crazy.
That's the sad part. But at the end of the day, you know, going back to these heart attacks and all these, you know, we've had a UFC girl, 18 years old, Asian lady. She passed away. We are having, you know, go get checked. You know, go do. You know, I'm not going to say what school it was, but just happened today. One of the athletes came in and started laughing. He was like, was laughing. I said, why are you laughing? He goes, dude, I did my physical today. I said, oh yeah. I was like, yeah. How long was your physical? He goes, it was less than 2 minutes. I said, well, okay, cool. It's not going to be an issue until what? Until you have a heart attack on the football field and say, oh, but he was fine to play. After a 2 minute, okay, that's when it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
You see, so, you know, it's kind of like what we do here. We err on the side of caution. Like these guys, a lot of the coaches say, oh, your athlete shouldn't be wearing belts. Really? The world's strongest man wears a belt? Oh, really?
The pros wear them.
The pros wear belts?
So they're wrong?
Oh, but they're not going to let Will Omenski protect himself?
His back.
Protect himself from himself?
Yeah.
Because you want to see what his 3-rep max is? But Froning, I don't know how many CrossFit games he's won, gets to wear a belt? Yeah. And he's a pro? I mean, come on. I mean, go to the big programs, you know? Go to the big programs. You see Alabama, Georgia.
If they say that, I don't think they've done it. You know what I mean?
Well, of course not, because they can't wrap their brain around, you know. I mean, it's simple and plain. I don't know too many guys that can, I mean, you PR today, 535, and you still had more in the tank. Yeah, but I saved you from you because I knew you had more. So if the belts in training for pro athletes and power lifters. Dr. Steffi Cohen used the belt when she broke the world record. If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for you guys. So that's kind of my stance on that. So if they're giving you BS about that, it's about the player being able to go play that next day, and that next week. So that's kind of how I look at that. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. So talking about, it's unfortunate about those cardiac arrests. The only thing I want to say about that is go get your physical. Get a real physical.
Yeah.
Don't trust these 2-minute physicals. Go get a real physical. Go get checked. Everybody getting those C19 shots. All those C19 shots. We don't know exactly what all that good stuff is. I know some people got paid for experimental tests and all this, but they really need to go get checked out. At the end of the day, a lung can stop. You'll still live.
Yeah.
That bad boy stops pumping. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for playing.
Yeah.
What would you tell a 8th grader when you were an 8th grader now? What you know now, what would you tell them now?
Ego lift.
What I would tell my 8th grade self is to surround yourself with the people you want to be like. Coach Bell, going back to him, he told us that one day, like around when he left, and that's just really stuck with me, and George too.
Yeah, for sure.
You always want to surround yourself with the people you want to be like.
Mm-hmm.
If you're friends with 4 idiots,
Mm-hmm.
you're the 5th.
You're the 5th.
But you surround yourself with 4 winners, you're the 5th winner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And for me, honestly, I would tell myself, be selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care about other people's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Care about what you need, what you want, because that's all that matters in this world, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Care about your training. Care about what you're doing. Care about what you eat. Don't care about anyone else. And that's it. And find Will and stick with him because you don't want to be wasting your time with relationships that aren't going to go anywhere.
So I propose this. So I have athletes, pro athletes, college athletes, high school athletes, middle school, elementary. So I propose this question to all of them, which is the following. I said, I'm going to give you a quote from, and it's not exact quote, but it's a quote from a high school coach here. They were supposed to win the title again, back-to-back titles. I won't say what sport, but what he told the kids after they lost in the championship game, he told them, guys, I'm very proud of you guys' season. This is a hell of a season. We did great. But I also want to tell you this, is we lost today, but we didn't lose the fight of life. He said, I am not your coach. I am a mentor. You just don't have me for this game. You have me for life. So I asked, the 50, 75 plus athletes we have that come in on a daily basis, I asked them, what coach has ever told you that? And the answer was none.
Probably only Coach Pena, to be honest.
None. So this coach not only is not about winning a game, he's about winning in life. And that's what it boils down to. So I always say is, life is going to take you through ups and downs, and you're going to have a lot more downs than ups, and you're going to lose a lot of games. But that's part of the process. Enjoy the process. Don't look back. Look ahead. If you do, people are going to criticize you. If you don't, people are going to criticize you. So go ahead and do you. Okay? If Will decides to shave his head, people will criticize him. But if he doesn't shave it, say his hair's too long, he's still going to get criticized. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. Do you. Be selfish. I agree to what you say. Be selfish. It is a team sport. A lot of the sports that we play, especially in football, it's a team sport. It takes all 22 dudes, all 53 dudes to win the game. Even the training, everybody. And that's why I always say, like, all these, like Kobe Bryant, Mr. Grover, who did the mindset coaching for Michael Jordan and Kobe and many others, they all have the different coaches. They all have different strength coaches, physios, massage therapists, et cetera, et cetera. I just want to say thank you, George, Will, for coming out tonight.
My pleasure.
I know you guys have been here all day. I've seen you guys all day. I've seen you all summer. Keep up the great work. Good luck on the season. Make sure, get your rest. Make sure you hydrate. Make sure you do those things. Obviously, we'll be watching you on on the YouTube. If not in the flesh in some of the games, if we get the opportunity to go up there and watch you guys play. Daddy?
No, that's all. Two great point of views today. We have more of a humble, laid-back guy, and then you have this selfish, savage guy over here who wants to kill everybody who's in his way. So, again, two great people to have on, great experiences, great stories, and great advice there at the end. So, all we ask you guys do is you subscribe, like, comment, share. Make sure you guys go follow us on our social medias. And Will and George, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having us.
My pleasure.
Thanks.